Hello, gamers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Polykin, Silver Shadow, and Devi, and X-Ray, and Smidge, and Static Plays. Thanks for the tip, Mr. Egg. I did know about that, but definitely don't chew ice. It's bad for your teeth. Hi, Robustelli, and Zen Lord and Dino. Oh, do you still accept VOD reviews in DMs? Yes, we are. We're backed up to the point where if you request one, I think you're ending up in like mid-October now. So we're a little bit backed up. If you really, really need one faster than that, I do have a Metafy account, but I do charge for that because it takes time away from me making videos and stuff. So just for it to be financially reasonable for me to do, I kind of have to do that. But if you want, you can find those in my links. That's right there. But yeah, the Discord server is also there, and just find me on Discord and DM me that way. That's how you get it. Hi Mars, and Epic Bro, and Doodle a Cat, and Neo Genesis, and XF3S, and Demo, and Spin Doctor, and Flex DJ Shorts. How far are you in the Battle Pass? Oh, the catalog, or the Splatolog. I think I'm like in the mid-60s or something like that. Not as far as a number of other people I know. I know a bunch of people who already have the dab emote. Alright. So, we have Eon in the voice chat waiting room, and I'm going to drag them up right now, and Magic Mango is welcome to join us as well when that happens. Hello there, Eon. We have Eon on stream now, and... yep. Let's see if we've got the friend request from them yet. Doesn't look like it, but should be getting that soon. There it is, perfect. All right. So let's see. I have informed Magic Mango that they are welcome to join, but they haven't said anything in the last couple hours, so we can probably go ahead and get going. And if they end up joining up after the fact, then that's great. But I'm going to pop open an Anarchy Open Battle. And then we are going to protect the password with a password bodyguard. Let's see who it's gonna be today. Let's get our disapproving kitty. They do not like those of you who would steal this password. They are frowning at you, and you should feel ashamed. Alright. Room is up, Eon, so I've DM'd you the password to that, and you should be able to join.
Yup, we'll do so.
Awesome. And yeah, Devi, hop in. Hello, Charex and Manic, and Windows Vista, and Moonlight. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear about that, Moonlight. Hi there, Slydra. Thoughts on Umbrella as a class? I want to like it, but I always feel hampered by it. The class is being absolutely ruined by latency right now. It was bad in Splatoon 2, but it's worse now. People just get shot through the shield all the time, and it's very frustrating. The weapons, if they worked functionally, like, Tent would be a pretty good, solid weapon for getting Inkvac. Now, to what extent Inkvac is going to be a part of the meta is in question. But it's a solid main weapon for sure. And the main Brella saw at least a little bit of use in Splatoon 2. It's just, right now, with the state of the game, you know, with the netcode, a lot of people are deciding not to go for it. Is Hydra worth grinding for, or should I stick with heavy splatling? I mean, Devi would say so, right? There's Devi on the Hydra.
right now, the Hydra has more of a decent output kit than the other Splatlings do, but I mean, the Heavy is a pretty darn close second. It just depends if you prefer more mobility or not, really, or just a bit of extra range. Because the Wave Breaker on the Heavy's kit, like, it works on some of the modes, but, like, for something like Tower or something, it's not as effective. But if you prefer the movement, then Heavy's on top. Otherwise, Hydra's actually been classed as the #1 Splatling at the moment, followed by Heavy and then Ballpoint. So, and then Mini and Nautilus are on the bottom. So, unfortunately, but yeah.
We're gonna get Soliard in here as our 4th, so we're waiting for that. They've got the password and everything, and they're gonna be hopping in soon.
You got the Mike TV goggles, or the newest, like I should say the Johnny Depp version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah. Yeah, those ones.
Oh, you both do! Oh, what the heck? Hang on. I'm gonna fix
You gonna go and order them
Hang
for?
on.
Oh, okay.
I have them. I'm just gonna put them on. There we go.
Drip pick.
Big glasses
There we go.
gang.
There we
Better?
go. Yes. All right, and Soliard is in here going blob. All right.
Blah 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 blah.
So that let me just double check my gear because I don't remember what I'm wearing. Okay, I think I'll just wear gear farm stuff for now.
Am I okay to join?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool.
Welcome, welcome.
Well,
Oh, I have a
mic.
3 thing of Ninja Squid. Oh, right, I was wearing the other one because I like the way it looks better. Oh well. Yeah, this gear
You dress with
looks
style.
pretty wretched, but it will farm gear and also work for me, so we're gonna run it.
You use what you need to. I have all open slots on these glasses and the jacket right now. They just have, you know, the max amount of slots you can get. But my shoes are filled up with super jump and
Nice.
intensify action, so I'll take it.
Thank you for saying so, Slydra. And AJ, I am picking
Bob.
Team Gear. That is the only way that anybody survives a deserted island.
I have to agree with that.
Yep, correct.
I had no idea you could be put
And
against.
you can
two.
find
We're
fun.
fighting pants.
What should I look for in the maps when playing Inkbrush? I'm struggling to find places to shark or safely flank in some maps. Yeah, that seems like it might be a challenge because a lot of maps have just really, really hard choke points and not a lot of ways to sneak around. So I don't actually have great answers to that except look for what other frontliners are doing and try and, like, shark in those kinds of places. Traded 1, leader on left.
Buckets on the...
They
Oh,
have a charger on perch. Or I think it's
that
perch.
jump
I don't-
Am I
might
dead?
die. I wasn't
Yeah, I'm
behind
dead.
cover there.
Oh, they missed.
You're alive?
Yes.
Got charged.
They missed twice, in fact.
I got you, Jerry.
Nice.
No! I tried to get you.
Splash on right, splash on right. They're jumping across.
And I'm holding it when they try to push.
Let's just push them back in the corner here. Well, not too far. There's a leader up there. I see a crab.
Crab center.
Yeah, leader's top right. Brush
One's
near
right.
zone.
3 on the
Okay.
right.
Brush zone. Got him.
Leader's
I'm
weak.
down to wave.
Ah, I'm down to...
I'm weak.
Oh no, I'm down to a bomb.
There's
didn't
one
see
by me somewhere on this backside. Got him.
Yeah, they're yeah, nice.
Leader's on the back. Leader and Bucket are together on the back right. Rush is going to zone.
Alright.
Rush is also right side.
Nah. I got picked from the whale and the burst bombs.
Got one.
Still
Got
one,
two.
nice.
Or 2 down.
Put this in the back corner here.
Sauce down.
Oh, leader's on the way far right.
Leader's
Alright,
right.
I see.
Yeah, I'm pressuring leader. Traded one.
Nice.
It's not the leader.
Rush
Leader's
is-
still there.
Rush went right.
Close far right.
Alright, I got brush. I think. Could've been
Blue jetty.
splash.
One top
I'm gonna
left.
guard.
Oh,
Nice.
thanks,
Got
Jerry.
one. Leader's still there on the top far right.
Yeah, they're not doing anything there.
I got him.
Brush weak. Nice. That's
That's
white.
a wipeout.
I'm going into their base.
Forward, right?
I can't climb.
Coming
No.
mid.
Oh, they're weak. They're down.
There we go.
Leader's
Leader
far
weak.
right again.
One more
Rush is
drop.
right.
Zone, 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 zone,
Just hold zone. Just hold zone.
Got him.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, frankly, I do not know how one flanks on Eel Tail. It has to be like a really sneaky shark if you're going to pull it off, because that map is just really narrow and has a lot of choke points.
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna have to wait for everybody to be distracted.
Is that the... There's two of them that are basically the same, and I'm trying to remember which one it is.
Eel Tail's a
There's one
really,
that's
really long map.
Okay, that defines 3 of them.
Nintendo confirmed the deserted island is a vacation, and you can leave whenever you like.
They probably should have specified that earlier.
Oh, Eel Tail. Yeah, Eel Tail really doesn't have a solid flank route. It has one flank route.
Oh, they had a
Until you
DC
can gain
in the
control
last
of it.
game.
See, I'd still probably want some gear, because, like, if you're going camping or something, are you just going to sleep on the sand?
I mean, you could. Sand could be soft. Usually on deserted islands, it's pretty soft.
See, what you need for your gear, you can get all 3 by having a boat made of edible stuff.
That's...
Boat
wow,
is gear.
okay, that is not the first thing that I was thinking.
Just like...
Yeah, I agree, Helix. Wavebreaker is really good against dualies in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Under Flings is running Ninja Squid.
I was watching a
The
video...
other one's Tenacity.
Charger on right.
One's left.
Flingza.
We get out of your way, Debbie.
Both Flingses are on the right behind this pillow. There we go. Oh, I got sniped.
Splatana is up on snipe. They dropped.
Everybody,
They're down.
there's like
What?
there's 3 on the
How?
right
What?
corner.
I hit them 3 times. What happened?
I don't know. I keep getting people like once or twice. Oh, that laser shot was close.
Guys,
Maybe
are
I
two down.
misheard, but I
Careful.
thought I hit
Bait.
them like more than enough for sure.
Back 2 up. Yeah, is the charger still on the way back, right?
I think so.
I've got Zuka ready.
Oh no.
Oh, crap, crap, crap.
Ow.
Oh, I'm sorry, Debbie. I didn't know you were behind me.
One sharking far right. Flingza. Just sharking.
Okay, got Splatana.
All right.
Another Flingza here. They're down.
Do you know where the charger is?
No. Oh, yep.
Charger's right. Traded
I'm
the
raining
Flingza.
them.
Charger again right.
Yeah, I'm raiding the charger.
I got Splatana.
Oh my god, I can't get the full...
One of the flings has dropped. Oh, I got him with fall off. That was sick.
Nice.
Gotta
crap.
clip that. Add it to my fall off montage.
Ah, crud. Got me.
I'm gonna
Oh.
the charger out.
Charger got me. They're off into the water. No, they're not.
Nope. I'm really weak. Oh my god, there's 2 on me.
Okay, don't go in. Don't go in. Wait for Debbie.
I have a special ready.
Damn.
All right, they're going in. So field that as best you can. Got
Snap is
one.
weak.
Got 2.
Nice.
Flings is on the back right behind that block.
Charger
guys
probably
are
rotated
looking at it.
left. Yeah, they did.
They're missiling right side.
Yeah, all of me. Or all of them on me.
There's a lot over here.
Another... Oh my god, 10 missiles on me again.
Oh dear. No!
Got
What did I
them.
get hit by? Oh, somehow the flings that
Sultana.
got me. No, the flings that got me
Oh.
somehow. I don't
Oh.
even know how they did.
Rollers after me. Rollers
Got
on the
one.
far...
Pressuring leader.
Careful, Gem. We don't have zone either. There we go.
Splatana down. And I'm down to Flingza. Went in.
I got one with the chicken.
Nice. Splatana going left.
One behind that wall. Oh, there's a flingza up here.
Oh, what was that? Something flew up. Alright, I'm raining charger. Hammer's
Nice.
down.
Good
The
stuff.
flingza's weak on the box. And E-leader's way far right. Nice, we got lead.
I'm
Charger
marked. I
has
gotta
the
back up.
corners.
They got me.
Tana's right. Good job.
I got missiled. Splatana's coming in. Careful.
Oh, I didn't even realize we took lead.
Yeah, we did. Oh, hello.
I
Leader
tried.
watching right.
Shoot in random places and you'll hit somebody. Oh, there's a hammer. Hammer, that's on me. Okay.
Hit him twice. They're down.
Thank you. I got one with the booyah bomb.
Nice.
There's another
Flings on right on Eon.
Oh, I got him.
I tried
Leader's
to be
still on the
fast.
far right.
Oh god, yeah, that was close. They,
Got
no,
Platana. Flings a weak on me. They're down.
Got him.
Nice.
Chickens!
How far does that go? Oh no.
Here's far right.
Flings have got me. Good job.
E-leader moved up. E-leader moved up.
Alright.
He's on ground mid.
Yeah.
Leader.
Leader and Splatana. I got Splatana. Oh, I died to E-leader. There's a flings on the zone. There we
Got
go.
one of them.
Nice.
Alright, nice.
Leader on right.
You guys can pinch that. There's 2 of you.
There's a flings in. Yeah.
Goons is dead.
I need
One
aim.
behind. Watch out. Looking at E-leader. Got E-leader.
Nice.
2 on me.
Nice.
2 on
Splatana,
Ash.
Splatana chasing Eon.
Katana.
One
Got
more.
Katana. One right.
I see it.
One's to right. He's alone. He's pushing.
They're weak.
Not for long.
Yeah. Watch out for the leader. Oh god, I'm trying to.
Flings on zone.
You're aiming right at your jump spot.
Oh.
Got him.
E-leader's left.
Oh, hello, Splatana.
Flings it down.
Goodbye, Splatana.
Oh,
leader.
Zone.
Leader on top.
snipe.
Yeah,
Got
they
him.
just got me behind a wall.
I got zone.
That's game.
He's coming in right side. GG's.
Oh man, I was 1 second to booyah bomb too.
Biting
Ah.
sandwich. Biting sandwich.
Biting sandwich.
Chewing. Chewing.
Getting water. Hydrate. Hydrate.
Who wants a cookie?
Oh, for anybody who's watching who happens to be a tacticooler user, please don't put them in the zone, in splat zones.
Only unless if you have the advantage.
Yeah, okay. When
Because,
I was playing,
because there's 2 things to this. When you have advantage and you have tacticooler up, you can use it 1 to get more, like, of course, to get juiced up and go on heavy offense. 2, it's also an obstacle. So it is amazing to just stick it there, and a backline can use it as an obstacle.
so I was in Undertow doing series, and this NZAP kept putting the tacticooler in one of the zones, and then 2 of my teammates kept going and getting it, and then getting killed. Immediately
so they're
turning the
just playing it in
zone.
it.
Basically, they just kept painting the zone for the enemy over and over by getting killed trying to get the tacticooler.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would say there are very few
tacticooler-
times that you even want a backliner to take a position on the zone. Just because, again, if they go down, then you paint the
There's a
zone for the
few,
enemy
but,
team.
Like what is it? The Mahi zones is actually one where I've used tacticooler as an extra barrier quite a few times, and it's been very nice. But yeah, if they're putting it on the zone for like a counter push, yeah, that's just a bait for the other team. It's like you're free baiting your team into getting splatted.
I don't
Neo
know
has
if
been
it's
to
for push
that
or
one's
not.
right.
What?
Hydra and right mid.
Yeah, there's one on top.
Hydra is going to
Oh,
be.
I got one.
Where'd you say the Hydra was? I don't see them.
It's like
Oh,
straight on the
mid.
other side
Got
of
him.
the block.
I'm braining.
hello.
One's right.
no.
Watch right.
Got him.
Yeah, right pit, right pit. I got him.
It's just you and Soli. Focus
don't
up
see-
forward.
Gotta jump.
Soli. Focus up forward.
Alright. Sorry, when you said right pit, I was trying to
One's left.
find somebody.
Nice.
Oh, they're down. Alright.
Nice.
They have
I'm
crab.
pushing forward. One weak. Got him. Another one dropped right. They're on the top. Got him.
They're down. Alright.
I'm being crabbed.
Oh, I need ink.
One's coming in right.
Watching it.
Oh,
I got him.
Someone on the left. I saw
No, I don't got him.
No,
I missed
they
too many
can't
shots.
actually come in from the left solely. Believe
Shot
it or
on
not.
right.
True.
You can only
Yeah,
go in
left
from
pit
the-
is left pit is
oh,
somewhere
I'm-
you push mid from. It's not somewhere where you guard.
I got 2 with the booyah bomb.
Let's get
There's
zone
the
back.
3rd. Give me the quad. No, it's on the right side.
Flushing them out.
They jumped.
They jumped.
Jumped out.
Literally thought I
All right,
got
push up,
splat.
push up,
Oh,
push up.
There for a second.
This is a huge lockout map. Let's take
I got
advantage of
one.
it.
I have to get ink.
I'd probably go down to this. One gonna drop out right. Dropped out right.
Yep, I'm going there. Oh, bomb.
I'm behind him.
There's
Got
2 of
one.
them on the right coming down.
Got them both.
Nice.
What's coming down below me?
Oh yeah, there's.
Jen behind you.
They're
Jen
on
behind
left. They're
you.
on left. Left zone. Got him.
Nice.
Oh wow, good job.
Hi, Hydra.
Right?
One on left.
I'm gonna guard the right.
Helping.
Oh, that's a bomb.
Back to
Try to
jump.
zone
Question
them
mark.
out from being able to take this route.
Should be super weak.
We'll get him eventually.
I am
I have faith.
camping.
Okay, just the Hydra.
Which is face to face with me right now.
It's been fun
I'm a victim
discovering
of
what
crab
hap-
raves. Here's the thing: a crab will come out. I'll be right in front of it, and I'm like, "Oh, I gotta dance." Okay, now I'm crab raving into the corner behind an obstacle, so then I can splat them back, because I can go head to head with a crab and shred them first if I peek right.
Nice.
As a slasher, if there's a crab right in front of me, they're dead before they can kill me.
Well, yeah, because you're able to slosh over them, and their back is vulnerable. So if you can shoot their back or their side, it's almost the same thing as a hammer, almost, but their front's
Yeah.
protected. That's the difference between crab and hammer, is that their front is much more protected.
I find it interesting though,
But,
'cause I think e-leaders, even like if you're facing in front of them, not even
Yeah,
just
you can headshot a crab with a sniper, and it's very satisfying when you get that.
Dolphinier, so Dolphinier's asking, what is the best roller for tower control? I have a feeling it's regular roller because Big Bubbler can be placed on the point. So, Big Bubbler definitely has like way more strength in tower control than in other modes. Not to say it's bad in other modes by any means. I love it. I play Blaster, but so that's a disproportionately good mode for that roller. But I would still say that my answer is actually the Flingza roller. Missiles are just as useful as they ever were in Splatoon 2, which is to say they were the best special in Splatoon 2 at the end of the game. So, like, you're playing a weapon that gets them very fast, and also a weapon that has a good mix of range and offensive potential. So that would be my call on it. You can also do things like mine the tower if you want to be cheeky like that.
Got one.
Nice pick.
They're all like
Got one
far
with the
back.
chicken.
One's
Yeah,
right.
one got stuck on right. One behind
Pushing
you.
on right.
Got him.
Ah,
Oh,
Got the other.
I'm wasting my rain because I pressed it thinking I was gonna need it and I didn't.
That's okay. You know what? It actually keeps them back and forces them to the right. So there's someone
One
on the
dropped
there's
right.
right still.
They're weak. Got him.
Oh, one dropped on me. That's a roller. Holy smokes.
I'm helping.
Thank you. Oh,
I missed every shot.
oh, that's double crab!
It's only single crab now, though. Haha. I'm
I can
dead.
get sneaky shots on him. I can't.
There's another one with him. 52. Up in front.
Got one.
Just gonna
Nice. There's a jump as well.
One's right.
to the right. Sully, I'm
Watching
behind you.
right.
Careful.
Oh, you're back.
Sully!
Sorry.
Revenge, I guess.
Keep zone. One's right.
Nice job.
I'm a good teammate.
What? Do you get shot blocked?
Well, no. Here's the thing. Last round, or like the last round on Mahi, Sully didn't tell me they were backing up, and then killed me with their missiles. And this time, I'm warning Sully, but yet backs up into my missiles. So.
I see.
So that is what happened.
What gear would you recommend for playing Splattershot or Splash? I am hearing that Ninja Squid is considerably a better option in this game. I haven't really investigated that too much, but my guess is that, or like what I think I understood of it is that it has to do with the way that the ink is rendered, and so it makes it like, it makes you more difficult to see than you were in Splatoon 2. So that's something that a lot of frontline weapons are running right now, and in fact a lot of weapons that don't normally run Ninja Squid. But otherwise, it's really up in the air right now. There is, let's see. I think, shoot, what is it? Oh, Object Shredder. So if you run Object Shredder on a splatter shot, your Trizuka will one-shot Booyah armor. That damage multiplier that you get from it is actually what gets you over the threshold to being able to one-shot the Booyah armor. So that's something that I think I would recommend on a Trizuka player, because the best weapon in the game right now is the sloshing machine. It's going to have a lot of Booyahs, so being able to potentially threaten those, counter that with your own special, is valuable. Otherwise, though, we're still figuring things out. Those are just some ideas that have come up.
One go
Got
to the left.
one,
Yeah.
just Hydra.
Two.
Wow, that was fast.
The center.
Got
Hydra
it.
down.
Oh, you got it. But,
Oh,
you know.
bomb. Oh, that was so close. I'm gonna rain their approach.
I officially found a new great spot for the Hydra.
On my ouch.
One's right as well.
Oh, one's on me.
One.
Hello.
Nice.
I'm just zoning out the right side so that they can't try to approach that way.
Alright.
Got Hydra.
It's gonna be hard for them to approach the right side anyway with me in the way.
Yeah, I'm realizing I'm a little far back.
It's all good.
Wow, we are really killing them.
Yes.
This is kind of mean. This is bullying.
This is Hammerhead Bridge.
I feel vulnerable when I...
I just injured someone.
The new and improved Walleye Warehouse.
Yes.
Um,
And by improved, we mean made worse.
Oh, God.
Don't worry, they ain't getting by.
Alright.
Aw, there's not enough time to kill
All
the crab.
right.
That booyah bomb clipped my toenails.
Theirs or mine?
Theirs. Like, it barely touched me, but I went down.
Special power up makes tactical effect last for 22 seconds. Yeah, so my take prior to yesterday was that Tacticooler was solid, but like not necessary. But what FLC is starting to say is that Tacticooler is the worst special in the game, possibly lower than Hammer. I'm still taking
Really?
a second to wrap my head around that, but I'm
Does he
seeing
mean-
where he's coming from on it because it's revealing the players that have it. So like you have that little icon that they can see, so you can't shark anymore in a game full of Ninja Squid. And while yes, it makes it so that you respawn faster, there are other specials that either help you survive or make the opponents get splatted. So I can see where like the value that you get from it is only going to activate if you mess up in the first place. And that you might as well just optimize not to. So there's some food for thought.
On the other hand, though, it is really nice being able to move around fast as a dynamo.
Yeah, like they're definitely, like on Rainmaker, for example, having the Rainmaker juiced can make a pretty big difference, I think, in certain
right.
pushes and stuff. Like, it's
Right.
definitely got situational utility.
Leaders on the right, so heads up.
Right, awesome.
There's
I got
Spruce's
Splatana.
That's what I meant.
Leaders after me though. Oh, plus
Flanking
this
leader,
person.
leader down.
Got him. Nope, I didn't get him.
That's wipe.
Oh, okay.
Away we go!
Time to bully again.
Ooh, that's a Splatana.
Going down rain.
It's a nice rain, by the way. Top left is one on
Yeah,
the
top
right.
left on the grate. Dropping down.
What even got me?
They reef slidered.
Oh, leaders on the top. There we go.
At zone,
Oh,
at zone,
boy.
at zone. Aerospray. Got him.
Hey, Charger, you might want to run. Splatana on the right.
Leader down.
We're in a zone.
Someone's coming in from the right. Oh,
Splatana on the right.
they're weak.
Slaughter down.
Do you need help with the
Hammer.
Splatana? Yes, you do.
Yeah, I don't handle hammers very well.
Okay, I'm here. As long as the other two are up front, that's fine.
We keep zone.
Traded.
Alright, they're down. I
Got
just had to wait for the
They
hammer
might
to
not
run
have
out.
time to get to zone in time. Just, like, paint it.
That's what we did. Don't worry. We good. Hello.
Nice.
We tried.
They popped right in front of me.
Yeah, they did.
It was kind of pretty.
How much IA is optimal on shot? Absolutely no idea. Probably more than one main.
What does Splat Zone's hero mean?
Oh, hey, Magic Mango is
you were
here.
on the- You were on the splat zone for a good amount of time.
Sully, would you mind stepping out to make room for Mango now? Now that he is here, he's one of our VOD reviewees.
Sure, I'll hop out.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thanks for letting
And
me
Mango,
play.
you can... Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for
remember
playing.
to hit stop.
Mm-hmm. And Mango, if you didn't hit stop, just hit sleep mode on your Switch. Cheat
All right,
codes.
I'm gonna hop out of VC. I'll go to mod.
All right, thank you. Catch you later. And Magic
Bye.
Mango, feel free to hop into waiting room voice chat so that you can hop in here with us.
I like how, Jem, I switched to match with the 3 of the same goggles, and you switched to the aviators.
Yeah, I can't farm any gear on the goggles right now.
What are you doing to farm gear? Scrubbing a bunch?
Yeah, right now I'm just finding 3-star gear that gear that has 3 slots open, and playing on it.
Oh, this is gonna look so goofy.
Is there a roommate?
I'm a nerd jock.
I am working on a room.
I forgot.
Here,
to
have a frog.
This outfit just resembled me, except for the glasses. Then again, if the glasses were more square, then it would make more sense. But this is funny.
Rakali asks, would Ninja Squid be recommended for dualies even though you're usually shooting from a roll and forced above ground? So, what you use Ninja Squid for is not generally mid-fight movement. It is for getting close enough to the opponent to initiate in the first place. Because if you're in range to be shooting them with the dualies and you're in a dodge roll, ideally they just go down immediately. Like, the fight does not continue after that. One roll, you get the splat, and it's done. Alright, Magic Mango can't VC, but they are here.
VC in our hearts.
What are your options on the Splattershot Pro sub? I forgot. Angle shooter? Oh, opinions, sorry. I think it is neat that it has so much range, but it's probably better, honestly, to have a point sensor.
Left me hanging.
Because what happens is
Don't forget to
you
take
get
out
like
frog.
you get like 30 damage from a distance that you can't follow up on that 30 damage from, and you have to aim it very carefully in order to hit it. As opposed to a point sensor, you can just kind of lob it and then keep going. So it's not looking great right now. I do like the range that it has, but that's all that it has going for it. There's a charger watching me. Why are they all running A-liters? This is lame.
Welcome to Mahi. Where
I'm down
all
to
of the
range.
bad
Where's
guys
E-leader?
wanna
Range
scare
back
you.
left with E-leader.
You know what's cool? Being able to spam bombs.
Yeah, chickens are doing a lot of work right now.
They are, indeed. Because everything
and-
seems so tight spaced.
Yeah,
Put you down, Jeff.
and like sharking is important, and so they're scoping people out. It's like really good for an aggressive
boy.
weapon.
I'm gonna die here. Or not.
One dropped right on me. I'm
Chargers
down.
on the back, like straight across.
Oh.
Shot on
E-leader's
right.
mid. There's 2 coming in mid.
They dropped double wave.
Yep.
Oh, that's Azuka. That's Azuka. Oh, I got one. No. Charger got me.
Yeah.
I got
Ah,
pushed out of my.
there's a shot on me
pushed out of my
immediately.
tree.
They're on the crab, right side.
The blaster underneath the right side. Don't go right.
Yep. They're just underneath the
someone
ledge in
came up.
general.
They're on this wall, Jim.
Yeah.
Like up here.
Oh, I didn't realize. My bad.
Weak. Dually squelchers left in our zone.
There are 2 in our base. Ow! That was a blaster to the face.
You're still on the right. I'm gonna try and drop out left and go for zone. Leader's watching.
There, use that. No, not in time.
I don't know anything about the development of Sendu, unfortunately. Congrats on 18K. Oh, we hit 18 already? Jeez. Thank you. Oh, goodness.
Okay, I'm gonna ready up, and if I DC, I apologize, but I will be right back.
Trading while juiced is still beneficial, though. Yes, but it makes it less likely that you will trade because you lose your stealth. And as soon as someone sees that the cooler's out, they're gonna back up and, like, stall and make it so that you rushing in is a lot more likely to result in you just going down instead of being able to get anything. Like, people are not gonna commit into a team that's coolered. They're going to, like, kite that team and try and, like, back them up and stuff. Got a lot of, white noise on the mic right now. Ooh, goodness. Do you prefer saying hi or hello? Yes. Hello's good. I like hello. Any homework for today? Play Splatoon 2. Or Splatoon 3, sorry. Wrong video game.
Another E-litter.
Got one. Leader's down. Another one on me, right? Nice. Brush on zone. That's last.
I'm so
Got him.
slow.
Forcing leader down. Got a
One
jump.
drop in
Whoa,
zone.
they teleported like crazy. Brush coming out right.
Oh, we're down one.
Oh,
Oh, I DC'd.
yeah. No. I sprinted as fast as I could, but I didn't quite make it in time.
Oh, you
Oh.
DC'd.
Yes,
Debbie DC'd.
me.
Sorry, did you say you went to go get something and I didn't listen?
I did.
Hey, 5
I'm pretty
points.
sure I did. That or I forgot to unmute my mic, one of the two.
I still lost 5 points for that.
Yeah, because we're a
Wait,
pre-made
wait.
team, so it'll usually do that.
Ah.
That way you
makes
can't
sense.
that way you can't have a member just like disconnect to save the loss.
Yeah. Oh, wait, should I leave the lobby?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait, hit the sleep mode on the switch, and that will kill the internet connection so that it fails to connect. It just gives you a comm error instead of docking you points.
A lot faster than turning on, I guess I could always just pull my Switch app in and out. Because I'm
Yeah.
connected
Thanks
to that.
for
That'll work.
Thanks for confirming that I did say something, Astral. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I had to go quickly move a car because my dad's working on a project.
Is E-Leader becoming more meta than Charger? Yes, and it's primarily, well, obviously having more range is nice, and that matters. But the other big thing is that people are starting to favor Wavebreaker over Inkvac. Reason being, I think primarily just that there are so many sloshing machines in the meta right now that can just throw a booyah bomb at the Inkvac and, like, kill it as long as the... Like, it can suck up the projectile of the booyah bomb, but it cannot... it cannot stop the like wave coming in. So you just throw the booyah bomb up and behind the ink vac, and it hits the ink vac from behind and splats it. All right, here are some cows. They are great.
Cows.
Ooh.
Nah, it's not a feels bad man moment. It's a you received determination moment. It's
I do love me some Undertale. Animal. Yes.
Did someone say Undertale? Wait.
The people wanted frog, so I will provide frog.
Hey, you gonna give me a high five this time? Hey, just walk straight forward. Good enough.
On Blaster, do you think that, like, which would be better, like, Ink Saver main or Ink Recovery?
I don't run either. I focus more on combat stats and on kind of maintaining my ink tank. If anything, I might consider Ink Saver sub, because throwing bombs is often the reason people run out of ink.
Makes sense. I recently picked up the Range Blaster. It's been lots of fun. Running out of ink is a pain.
This will be our last one before we start the VOD reviews.
Doke.
E-leaders left.
Because of course there's an E-leader.
There's an E-leader and a bow. Bow's left.
The bow's one shot. There we go. Oh. I pushed the leader and the bow off, or the, you know what I mean.
There's one on the right side I'm gonna push.
Helping? He's weak.
They're by me. Got him.
E-leader is right.
I booyah'd the left because there's two over there. Dynamo didn't get stuck in it, but they're weak. Behind the block, Ian. To your left.
I'm out of ink.
Oh,
My bad.
it's alright.
As I talk about not...
Got bow, I'm down. Leader and
Kind of
someone else
faint.
left, they crab tanked. Just crab, we can get over on right. Not anymore, not anymore.
I got
Roller
one
right.
of the leader.
Got leader.
Dynamo.
Nice, just bow on right. Nice.
Well, I didn't know
Watch
you can
out.
get up here.
Yep, you can.
Dynamo drops.
Oh, jeez! Running away! Beat us
Get
out!
up.
Keep zone, keep zone, keep zone.
Oh yeah, there's a tri-string right here. Go away. No!
Oh, they got it.
The death on zone. Oh, there's a lead. That's a dynamo. Hello.
I'm distracting crab.
Someone on the right. I'm gonna try to get Dynamo out of here. Dynamo's on the right, left. Okay, they baited the leader.
Got one with Zuka.
Okay, there's two
right.
back left, two back left, behind that pedestal thingy.
I'm down to a leader.
One's mid.
There's another one
Bow's
jumping in,
mid.
Mango. Nice. Oh, I thought they had it. Nice. Just us, Debbie.
Okay, well, all I can do is try to paint. Oh, that was For those in VC jumping to me, tell me so I can give you cover because the E-leader hits everything. I'm gonna booyah middle.
Zukaing. Oh man, that is blocking the Zuka shot. That's very cool.
What?
But it favors the E leader, the cover on the left. I thought I could just hit the leader with a Zuka, but nope. They get to stand
Okay,
on snipe.
we do have to attempt to get zone here.
Nice. I'm gonna try and get
Here,
the crab.
Booyah.
Crab down. Another one zone, I think.
Yeah, I got dynamo.
Yeah, I'm down to try
I'm just hitting zone.
in
Try
front.
stringer.
Stringer in front.
That's a
Keep
dead
zone,
jump,
keep zone,
and
keep zone.
I'm
Got him.
dead too.
I had zone.
We gotta cap zone. Like we have to cap it.
That was my bad for jumping in and getting sniped. I think we probably just didn't have the painting power after that. When should I use Octobrush instead of Ink Brush?
Me too, Astra. Me too.
Ink Brush.
Zuka's the new jump scare.
Octobrush has a little bit more range. So in situations where maybe you don't have as much cover, you have like more open sight lines, that would be a reason to use it. Zipcaster versus Whale, I would generally prefer Whale personally, but they both work for it. So it's kind of like you're looking at its kit and thinking, where do I want this versus that? I don't know. I find that a lot of the time people will lean towards one type of brush over the other. So maybe that's something that you consider. But try them both out and see what you like and try and, you know, think about it. Do some experimenting. All right. We are going to start off with a VOD review for Eon. So I'm going to switch the screen over for a second. See it right here. And as usual, I will be relying on people in the voice call to interrupt me if there are questions from the chat. So please, you know, don't hesitate to ask if somebody in chat is saying something. I'll keep going unless I am told that there is something to answer. But we're going to get going. This is Inkblot Art Academy Clan Blitz. So this is a map mode that's fairly well known already just from its appearance in Splatoon 2, although the map is considerably different. There's a ramp here instead of a cut there. Oh, I should probably show this on Discord as well. Let me get the window set up for that. So you can
Thank you
watch
for
in
that.
real time. There we go. Okay. And we'll move this over here. Okay. Can you see my mouse?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So there used to be a jump over here, and now it's just a ramp, so that's a little bit easier to scale. There's also a rail over here, rather than a wall to climb up, which changes that interaction a little bit, but overall plays about the same way. Ooh, I have got my sound settings wrong. There we go. Is that super duper loud? I feel like that's probably super duper loud. I'm gonna turn that down. Octobrush is more of a Slayer, Inkbrush is more of a Shark. No, I would not say that. So, first of all, Sharker is not a role that I give to a weapon. Sharking is a tactic that any weapon can use. And it's very commonly something that's done by Slayers. What brushes do is very particular. They're distractions. They run around and get the attention of an opponent, and they try to flank repeatedly to threaten the enemy team and force them to look in that direction. Not necessarily because they're going to get splats at a high level, but because that's going to take the opponent's attention away. Now, up until, maybe X rank or so, you're probably actually just going to get a whole bunch of picks by flanking like that. So that's also something to consider. And they both will do about that, but there's some nuance because the Octobrush has a slower fire rate but a longer range. And the fact that they have different kits. And again, different situations, different kits will benefit each one. I would just recommend trying both on a given map and thinking like, what is this one giving me versus what is this one giving me? Which do I prefer for here? Pretty loud. Super, super loud. Got it. I have turned it down considerably. So hopefully it is considerably better now. Yeah, I think this is probably manageable, but I will now pause and wait for everybody to let me know if it's still super loud. Better now. Okay, thank you, Annie. Appreciate it.
I'll say on Discord I don't hear anything from the game, but
You
I don't know
probably
if that
won't,
matters too
but
much.
it's not going to make a huge difference, no. All right.
Okay.
So, for those of you who might be new, who might be wondering why we're looking at a video of a TV screen when there's the replay system in the game, the reason for that is that the replay system, and there's actually a great example of this in MagicMango's replay, the replay system will smooth the camera. It will make it so that you are not actually seeing exactly what the player saw. And there might be some little glitchy things. There will also be no map checks. So we will not be seeing if MagicMango ever checks the map on their VOD review, because it's not going to show that even if it did happen in the game. So this gives us a more accurate understanding of what information Eon had available. And so this is what's going to be better for VOD reviewing purposes. Very, very, very small thing. But when you go off the ledge here, there's not really a reason to jump. You're not going to be able to paint more because of this, and it's just going to make it take longer to hit the ground. In the rollout, it practically doesn't matter because the opponents can't capitalize on you being stuck in the air for longer, although it will mean that you touch the ground a little bit slower, and it'll mean you start swimming a little bit slower. Generally, if you're going to go off a ledge, unless you have a gap you need to clear once you're off that ledge, I don't think it's ever good to jump. I think you should always just swim straight off. Like the map check, you're making sure that there's nobody coming out of the flank route. You're checking to see the trails of the enemy players to see where it is they're going to be. So now you know that you can safely turn your back to the right-hand side because you didn't see anybody on the right-hand side. Which we'll try and pause to show. Oh, wait, I need to go back a little further. It was as you were dropping down here. Ooh. This can be tricky.
It's a very quick check.
Right. I'll get it eventually. It's a game now. There it is. Okay. So one of the things that Eon sees here, which they are acting on, is there's no paint going down right here. Nobody is painting a trail out of here. Nobody's got paint out in this direction. They could easily have had paint there if they had just gone straight out this way. You can see how much closer this area is to your spawn than the route that they have taken. So by this time, if nobody has painted a trail right here, Eon knows that they're moving over to mid instead. Or just very backed up for some reason, and why would you do that? So Eon knows now that they're able to safely turn their backs to those players and just look straight to the left, and that's where the opponents are going to be. This paint
That bomb was a mistake.
Possibly, yeah. Lots of the ink tank used. The paint that you put down here is going to alert them that there is someone over here. They're going to see this right here and be like, oh, well, now I know exactly where, in this case, the splatter shot is going to be, because there's just 2 splatter shots and 2 brushes. That's your whole team. That's kind of an unfortunate team comp, but, I mean, it'll work. So the bomb, I mean, it's nice to protect you in the event that someone is going to try and push around that corner. But like this ramp here isn't even painted, so I don't know if you needed it. Were you trying to like throw it further up onto the
I was trying to
platform
throw
or
it-
like
yeah,
out in the mid?
I tried to throw it at them, and then I messed up. I was like, oh no, let me
Gotcha,
cover
okay.
ink and try again.
Yeah, it happens. All right. So, despite all of this information that you've given the other team,
Jerry. Are
Yes?
you looking for frame by frame forward and backwards? Is it a YouTube VOD?
no, this is on a player called Pot Player.
Okay.
I can't even use
Okay.
Windows Media Player because it doesn't show up in OBS for some reason. So
Okay, because people were just giving a whole bunch of suggestions it was a YouTube
you
VOD,
probably
but
do
we didn't know
not.
what
No,
that
this
was
is not
off of.
YouTube. You probably do
Okay.
not know the hotkeys for it because it's not
Probably
widely
not,
used
yeah.
and for good reason. It's not great.
Wasn't
but...
sure, so just so chat knows that it is not a YouTube VOD, so that
Correct.
won't work. Okay, we're
Um,
good. Continue.
So this player, despite this big pink trail being right here, despite a bomb going off to their left, they still just like go target locked and run straight into mid. So this is a very, very unaware play by this player right here. This is something that like even in what would in Splatoon 2 have been S+ level play, this would still be remarkably unaware. So great job, like immediately recognizing this guy has no idea what is going on. They go down instantly. And now what should happen is the players on the right-hand side should hear an ouch or hear just the sound of a player being splatted behind them and seeing the icon and be turning to deal with that. Because this player could just move an inch to the right and they're behind cover, and now it's a 1v1 across an open sight line. And you haven't done any extra damage to them in the meantime. They have a way out of this fight where they survive. And they just don't really follow up on that very well. But they do get away. And there's a bomb here that's cutting your escape route. At this point, you're a bit overcommitted. You don't really have an escape route. There's a whole bunch of enemy-colored ink around you. You really need a teammate to, like, push in from one side and get their attention or something. And even then, like, if this... I think this is a teammate of yours. Oh, yeah, okay, so they have to drop all the way down here, yeah. You're alone in basically a 1v3 right now. So, I think, let's see. As soon as this player gets out of your range... I think, like, and this bomb is on its way toward you, I think you already want to be backing up. Because this fight right here goes well for you. That will not go well for you at higher levels. That's a fight where you've got two players shooting at you and you're only one. They are not damaged or anything. This is something where you expect that they out DPS you and they just take you down and trade you back 1-for-1. And that, okay, this player finally turns around and trades, but again, this is a situation where, like, what should have happened is the other team should have recognized that their teammate went down and immediately went on the defensive and not let you get any more than that. And as time goes on, the reason I say, like, this is what should happen is that as time goes on, as you advance through the ranks, players will start responding to those things better. And you'll need to be more careful about how you push in, because you won't be able to just sit behind the enemy team and get picks. They will recognize you're there and deal with you faster than that. And so you need to play more cautiously after you get that one pick. But
Okay.
you've done a great job, you know, setting your team up. You got a triple. And you end up going down, but they are able to get in there and score. It looks like that's about all that's going to happen. What I would be focusing on right now, because there is only one player of yours that's at the basket, and they haven't been putting any clams in or anything, which seems to mean that they are being prevented from scoring, which makes sense, because it's a 1v3 or a 1v4 at this point, with all of the players having respawned that you splatted. So I'm not thinking this is a push we're going to maintain. I'm thinking, how can we get the best situation we can in neutral after all of this irons itself out? So instead of like trying to sneak up or anything like that, right now I'm just spending some time while I'm alone in mid painting it so that I have more options to move around, so that opponents have to push in a lot more carefully. They can't just like immediately take mid because they know nobody's in there because they have paint control. Like, that was a very brave fight to take. It is against the Clash Blaster, and so if they're at that range where they can't direct you, then yes, that actually is a winning fight for you. But the margin for error here is very, very slim. Because, like, you're on enemy ink, there's enemy ink all around you, they have ink to swim in, so the only way that this can possibly go well is if you hit all of your shots before they swim backwards. Which is what ends up happening, but, again, very unsafe situation. You're having to, like, duck around and paint all over the place, and now you're getting collapsed on because, again, you did not have paint control in front of your spawn as soon as you went for this fight. You take a second or two and paint all of this up, and then go Shark on here. Now you could potentially make that play and actually back all the way out. But as soon as the enemy team sees this, they're collapsing on you better than they did in the first engagement you took, and they're able to just take you down and trade that back. Okay, so your teammates absolutely mob that guy. They put down a Tacticooler in the middle of your team, so you're going to be able to probably clean that up pretty well. I don't even know how many of them got the cooler there. So right now, seeing that this big fight has gone down in mid, and seeing that the only two players that could possibly have been there are now both down, because these two players were splatted earlier, and then these two players got splatted, so you know that the two that are up currently are spawning in. At this point, instead of, like, going off to the right at this angle, I'm just going straight into mid and trying to take as much space as I can. Trying to keep them pushed back as far as I can. I'm not going to be able to get in and score yet, but if we just let them back into mid, they have access to clams, they have access to paint that we don't need to give them. So, like, all of these seconds that you're spending not being in mid right now, you're not really painting all that much, you're not finding any clams. You might as well have just gone straight into mid and grabbed that clam from there. When do we see this player? It's kind of unfortunate, I guess. You start firing at exactly the same time as this player on the left here. You see their shots around the corner, but they're going to see your shots around the corner. Generally, as a rule, whenever you are looking in a direction like this, where if you fire, your weapon will be seen around the corner, I try to turn my camera so I can look around that corner first, and then I fire shots. Because let's say, for instance, you know, and this isn't the case in this game, but let's say, for instance, there was a roller or a brush right here. If they didn't know that you were around, but then you fired these shots, now they know, oh, there's a splatter shot in range of me, and they pop out around the side, and you don't have any warning about that until they're already on top of you, and they win that fight.
So I guess my thought here slightly is, I feel like there's a concern of if I turn, at least in the specific situation, from I like leave my back open where I know people are like coming in, could be coming in from area because I saw a shot from front. So would it be worth it in that sense?
So there's the slosher over here, and there's the splatter shot over here. The other two players are down and respawning. So you know that both of them are on the left-hand side over here. The shots are coming from the left, and like you're seeing a shot here because it's coming from the left. So like slosher just sloshed over there. And then this shot, you can see, is coming from the left side and moving to the right, not coming from the right and moving over here. If you were to turn to the left and look around this corner, the slosher is still in your view. And the main reason I'm saying to do this is to maintain stealth, because stealth is going to get you a pick more than, like, shooting at this guy out in the open is going to get you a pick more often and more securely.
Okay.
If you were to, like, shark to this corner so that nobody saw you, look around, see that there's a splatter shot there, chances are they're not going to know you're there, and if you just pop out and right side peek them or something, they're not going to be ready to deal with that. I want to mention, in the previous engagement, you popped an Ink Zook at the end. I don't know. It's not a great panic option in my experience, just because it doesn't paint your feet, and like I guess firing one into the enemy team can potentially one-shot, but you're actually probably going to get that damage faster if you just fire your main weapon because there's activation time on it. Plus, it's not the easiest thing to aim, so I don't know. Could be worth it depending on the situation, but I think using your main weapon is also something to consider there.
Jim, your webcam froze.
Alright, we can fix that.
I thought that was a Discord only thing.
1 second, gotta go under the hood. There I am. Okay. Thank you.
Also, I want to say this is theoretically, with like big quotes, this is theoretically S+. I know there's like A players that end up in matches and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Matchmaking.
Something that I have found with the Zuka is that if you have height over someone and you're trying to aim down at them, you actually need to aim the arrow in between you and them. Let me pull up the game really quickly so I can show you what I mean. Okay, so I need to farm special real quick. There we go. Okay. So let's say I get up here and I want to aim at this target. Normally, I can just like aim the arrows that it shows you as a visual indicator straight at this target. But we'll see here with these shots, I want to aim the arrows lower and then they'll hit it. If I aim them at it, it flies over its head.
That explains so much, thank you.
Yep. Does it make any sense? Absolutely not. I despise the way that it makes it look like this weapon aims, but we'll figure it out.
Like, it's always felt so inconsistent, but that makes things like at least more sense in that case.
Yeah. So what the Zuka does is it will follow that trajectory, but it will do like a little parabola above it. So especially in the middle of its range, it will be significantly higher above the ground than it is at the beginning of the shot and at the end of the shot. It doesn't arc through the air. So especially if you're firing at someone at mid-range, you want to aim it a little bit lower. Nice. So you get up on top here. I guess they're fighting your teammate. And you fire 3 Trizuka shots. Then you jump over onto the wall, painting the wall. And this player does not see you. You throw a bomb at them, and they hear that bomb, and they run away from that bomb, and they still don't see it. Wow. There are a lot of things that you're doing that should be giving you away to this player, and they're not really paying attention to them. Or maybe just like trying to run away from you or something. So those are things to think about that, again, well, one of the biggest things that I'm picking up on is you're giving away stealth in a lot of situations where you don't have to. You're giving information about your position that you don't need to give, that you could deny your opponents and make it easier for you to sneak up on them. And it's working. They're not noticing you, but at higher levels they will. Alright, so we get 7 clams. We don't want to make a power clam, so that's good. We're denying information. Nice, I like the this way, like I'm about to engage on this. And you just make a clam and throw it in.
And then I missed.
Oh, you missed, yes. I was thinking, like, wait a minute, that looks... Is that close enough?
Yeah.
This little bump right here is a really good indicator. Anywhere you see this little bump, it generally means that you need to be there if you want to do a standing power clam throw. You can usually get just a little bit further back if you jump throw one, but right now you can tell that you're pretty well off that right now. This is usually actually pretty well lined up and is actually a really useful way to line yourself up and hit those consistently. Now, the map geometry has changed on these maps in Splatoon 3, so maybe that's not the case everywhere anymore, but I think they generally do design it that way. Okay, so let's see how this fight goes. So you paint up the wall. Generally, if I'm going to paint up a wall, unless I need to get there very quickly, I try to sit on the wall before hopping over for just a second to peep over the top so that I have my bearings. Because right now you don't really know where anybody is, you don't know how well painted it is, you drop in and you're like, oh, blue ink to my left, blue ink to my right, blue ink in front of me, wall behind me. And now all of a sudden you're very scared. And there are 3 enemy players in front of you and you go down without being able to trade anything for it. So there is it's a situation where, like, very similar to, like, painting around the corner there, you have an opportunity to collect information before you go in. Make sure you get that information so you're not just leaving yourself out to dry with a fight that you could have avoided that wasn't going to go your way. Ooh. That's just unlucky. So you did throw a bomb there, and I guess that's giving away some information about your position. Generally, if I do throw a bomb somewhere, I want to move at least a little bit. But you do actually move a little bit. Like, it's not like a charger would have been able to, like, snipe you from up here if they had seen you when you threw the bomb, but not now. But this just happens to paint your feet. Like, I don't really blame you too much for that. That was a good shot from them. The way that you could have counterplayed that, in theory, is looking at the top of the screen, seeing there's a Trizuka out, and being ready for that to come out when you give information about where you're positioned. Alright, so we drop back in. Our teammate gets a pick, which is nice. There's a tri-strike coming out. So you're aiming really high when you swing over here, and I think you're only hitting fall-off shots as you go for these. Aim is, you know, something you're always working on, of course, and it's good that you're, you know, paying attention to the fact that these players are here. But something also to think about is if you're not hitting your shots, they get to just advance over here for free. You're not doing something that's going to, like, stop them from doing this. So maybe something like throwing a bomb over here, if you, like, don't trust yourself to hit these shots, might help. Maybe painting their feet might slow them down a little bit and give you time to get your aim on. Because right now you're kind of just chasing them with the shots, and they're kind of going to get away with that. Your best way to get up over to here is to use the wall that's to your left right now and then jump across. You could super jump back to spawn, but that's going to be a lot faster.
I was saying in the moment, I was very much thinking, how do I stop that? I don't know how to get up there. I'm down here.
Yeah. Do you not know that level geometry, or, like, did it just not occur to you at the time?
I think I just, a bit of both in a sense. Like, I know the level, but I guess I've never been in a situation where I needed to do that. And I was like, oh no, what do I do now?
Yeah. For those who might not be as familiar, I'll go into recon mode really quickly in the game to show that, but we'll keep going until I can get there, because you have to go through a loading screen and then walk all the way down the stairs and then talk to the fish to be able to do that. I'm not a huge fan of not being able to just, like, fast travel to it. Okay, so we do get a push off. Where does this start? Oh, I skipped this part. Okay. What happens here? Okay, so someone challenges you on here, and they go down. And your brush doesn't even help you out with that, and you still get it. The brush really should have been helping you with that, because it was right in front of them, and they just kind of ran by you. But you ended up being able to outplay in the 1v1 anyway.
They helped by distracting him.
Sure, except that they kept shooting at you, so I don't even think that was the case. But so Brush grabs a clam and goes in, as brushes are wont to do. And teammate is able to get one clam in for a lead, which is great. Knowing that your teammate was going in for that throw there, I would probably have stuck around over here, because this teammate is the most vulnerable teammate on your team. They're throwing clams, which is making their position known, and also to be able to throw clams, they need to just kind of look straight up at the sky and not be using their main weapon. So they're a very likely target, and a lot of the time what you can take advantage of is if the opponent is looking at your teammate, they're not looking at you, you can probably get a pick on someone who's trying to go after your teammate here and trade that back. So that's probably something I would be looking at instead of trying to retreat and go up in a different direction, because that's just kind of leaving this teammate without as much support as they would have had otherwise. Just to show really quick what I'm talking about to folks who might not know. So we ended up in a position where opponents were able to take this rail, go up onto this wall, and go up and around to this direction, which is dangerous because, of course, you can see that it gives them direct access to the basket that you can't really shoot at very effectively. One option that you do have, if they don't see you, is to wait until they're past you and then go up this sponge and show up over here and shoot them in the back. That's one thing you could do. But the other thing that I'm recommending here is this wall right here can be painted. So you swim up this wall and then make this jump. And that's the way that you're going to get like in between them and the basket instead of flanking them. So we'll switch back over. So at this point, the player who was up there trying to score, who got that one clam in, they've been chased away and taken down for doing so. If you're there, you might be able to do something, or you might get Tryzuken in the face, but if you at least like hover around this side here, because you already had teammates trying to push in on the left, if you hover around that side, you have a better chance of being able to go in and help than... Oops, sorry, I knocked something. Than you do from here. Because at this point, the entire plat is blue. There's somebody already in this advanced position you have to deal with if you want to get in there. Ooh, nice. You do get 2 with the Zuka there. You probably could have fired that from a little bit further back so this player couldn't get in range of you. I don't think it would have made a huge difference if you were standing on the wall, and then if this player gets too close, you can do like a fadeaway shot. You jump backwards off the wall, fire that shot, but then you're falling below the wall and they don't have time to shoot you. So that's a way that you might have been able to trade this back a little bit more cleanly, but you do get, you know, a disproportionate number of players down. It's unfortunate that the rest of your team did go down there, and something that I'm immediately calculating in my head as soon as, you know, I'm coming out from spawn is, okay, we have a lead. How much do they need to undo that lead? And what they need is a power clam plus 1. So power clam will get rid of this penalty of 16 and then take them down to 64, which ties with you. And if you are able to defend just the power clam, then you guys still have the lead because it bumps them up to 65. It doesn't allow ties. So they do need 1 more plus the power clam, but this is still a pretty fragile lead. Any one enemy push that gets through could definitely be a big deal. And so we want to play this accordingly. The most important thing right now is not to wipe, not to like let too many players go down at once. You don't need to make quite as aggressive of plays. You don't need to take quite as many risks to be able to win. But you also don't want to just like sit back and throw bombs. And because like if your team does wipe, if they do go on the aggressive and get a good special push off, you don't have time to like spawn back in and still be able to defend. You need to stop them from scoring at all, so map control is going to be important. I trust that was meant to be thrown down on the ground. I totally understand, and that's a good bomb to throw.
It happens twice.
Yeah. It takes some getting used to. Okay, so that line of ink that you painted right there, so that bomb probably clues someone in over here, but this paint especially, because like a bomb could come from pretty far away, but a line of paint, you've got 2 splatter shots and 2 brushes. They know that everyone on your team is short-ranged, and so they see this line of paint going down, they know exactly where you are. They can just pinpoint, okay, they're right behind this corner. And what they should do as soon as they see that is stop and not run around with the power clam into your line of sight. And that's something that, again, like at higher levels, players will not just run around that corner at you. That was a really good, strong position that you took, you know, as soon as you round the corner. You recognize, based on where that slosh went, where they are. Your aim doesn't quite get on. I think they squid roll back or something, and so now you back up behind the corner. If they had hit... So, if they had actually hit all of the shots that you gave them there, so this shot right here, if this is on target, which it could have been, then that one should splat you, because you're not quite back from cover by the time that goes out. But you do manage to get away, and you give them a minimal amount of time to be able to pick you there. So right here, you opt to put yourself back in this corner here. And this is dangerous because you have limited escape options. Yes, you can back up a little bit further, but you will hit a wall eventually. And when you hit that wall, you're also taking away your ability to get back up on this ramp. If you stay towards the front of the ramp, you can just hop back up the side and get up and out of there. But the further back you go, the more of a dead end this becomes. So I would probably just have walked all the way back up and maybe come back around to the wall here. Because there's no way that a player like walks up this ramp and gets up like behind you by the time you're able to do that. But you're in some danger right now if they decide to like really force that down, which they didn't. They were a tri-slosher, so I'm kind of surprised they didn't want to, but...
I think it's a regular slosher.
The regular slosher you splatted earlier. Or no, you scared away, actually. Did you scare them away? It was... So you get this pick. This is the regular slosher.
They don't have a try, right? They have a...
I was totally looking at the Clash Blaster and thinking that was a tri-slosher. That's my bad. You've been sitting around this area for a long time, just kind of painting and poking into random corners. At this point, you probably want to have moved someplace else, or at least painted significantly to make sure that you're safe around here, just because you've stayed in one place. Now they're starting to catch on to where you are. And again, if you paint this area really thoroughly right now, it's fine to stay here, because as soon as they start painting in, you have plenty of different ways to back up. But your way this way is cut off by blue ink, your way this way is cut off by blue ink. So you don't have quite as many places you can go, and as soon as this gets painted underneath you, you're kind of stuck with nowhere to go. You also clearly weren't getting any help from your teammates there. And, you know, whenever I get the sense, oh, wait, I haven't seen a teammate in a little while, that's a good time to, like, pop a map check to try and back up a little bit and get some more information, figure out what's going on. Because who knows, maybe they've all gone down and I haven't been paying attention. I just saw out of the corner of my eye... Yeah, that was a blaster shot over here. The Clash came up over the top. And I'm not sure you noticed that.
I don't think I did.
So yeah, like a lot of those clams that just went in, Clash Blaster on the right-hand side. Oh man, and you actually dropped down, so... You still aren't aware that that's going on over there. Okay, it looks like your teammate did just get them. But you're already well into mid before that happens, and they have a Trizuka. Yeah, it's right there that clash gets caught. So it's fortunate that this opponent did not jump into them and put their clams in too. They could potentially have kept it open a little bit longer, but they only had 2. So I think at that point the push dies. So you luck out here, but you know, goes slightly differently, and this could be a jump point that the enemy team uses to get a good 25 more points in, because it was only this one player on your team who backed up to deal with that. So I can tell, you know, it was not the easiest thing to see because there's a tri-strike in the way, but I did see something that wasn't tri-strike shaped that was blue out of the corner of my eye, and so I would at least, you know, double check to make sure if I do notice that. So you throw a bomb and then you paint this area, but then you just back up and go someplace else. It doesn't look like you've collected a lot of information from doing that. A lot of the time, like, if you throw a bomb here, then generally that's either like you want to flush someone out of hiding or you want to make it safe so that you can go there. Those are kind of the main reasons that I would think to throw one, or if I think there's a cheeky pick to be found somewhere. And so if you're throwing the bomb, then let's see. Then like the amount of paint you're going to put down right now is probably not going to be that much compared to the bomb being thrown. And the reason I'm saying this is twofold. One, again, you're giving away probably more information than you need. Two, you're going to deplete your ink tank by doing stuff like this and forcing yourself to just sit still for a while to get it back, when you could be like either throw the bomb and run someplace else, paint that up with your main weapon, and then throw a bomb a little bit further ahead, throw a bomb there to make sure it's safe, and then go out and paint more thoroughly. You're kind of like poking, but without much of a reason for doing so. And you want to try and be a little bit more intentional. Think like, am I gaining ground here? Am I painting this to get special? Am I collecting information? I don't think that combination of actions that you took was optimal to do any of those things. So that's very, very micro stuff, but it'll save you ink tank and it'll give away less information in the long run. I'm a little bit worried coming down here. You've shot there, and now you've shot over here. For all I know, there's someone behind this wall that's ready to ambush me as soon as I come around it. And you don't, like, check around the corner or anything. So that could have gone wrong. It ends up not. But right now I'm also very worried because if they open the basket right now, that's game over. And they have a power clam in mid, and as soon as they get a second one and I'm coming in behind them and they seem to be moving forward, that alarm bells are going off in my head that, oh, wait a minute, we might not be defending this. And in fact, we do not. And that's probably game. This is a situation where Ink Strike is not the greatest way to deal with that, simply because it's not going to paint very much, and so you're not going to deny this player... Oh my god, I keep hitting this. It's not going to deny this player access to the basket. So as you can see, like, because you were frozen in Inkzuka there, they are able to get in kind of for free there. So, generally, the big things I would say are to make sure you're denying the opponents more information about your position. Always be in between, anyone who can score and your baskets. There are a couple of times where people are like sneaking by you. They're getting by on the perimeter. And so part of your information collecting should be, is there someone that's flanking us right now? Is there somebody who's getting a cheeky angle on the basket? Make sure to use Trizuka a little bit less like a panic button and a little bit more of a set play. Try to set yourself up in good positions to Trizuka from in a similar way to that one would set up an Inkjet spot in Splatoon 2. Well, I guess it's in Splatoon 3 as well, but ripping chat. And
I'm a crime main, so I have to learn it.
yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, Inkjet's a lot of fun. It's just E-Leader is very good in this video game right now. Single tier. All right. So those are probably the biggest things I would say, and just realize that like a lot of these things are not getting punished yet. So just because you're getting away with something doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be able to get away with it later. Try to be very intentional about collecting information, and in the way that you move forward, always be thinking like, okay, if an opponent is around this blind corner and knows I'm here, is what I'm about to do safe anyway? And that's how you should move forward. And that doesn't mean that you move forward slowly still. It just means that you're doing specific things to collect information as you move forward so that you still know it's safe.
Okay.
Do you have any... Mm-hmm. So yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying it makes sense what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for getting out. Thank you. And is there anything more that you have as a question for me?
I don't think so.
All right. If you ever do have anything, feel free to just send me a DM. Those are always available. And thank you so much for submitting footage.
Thanks for reviewing it.
Absolutely. We're going to move on now to Magic Mango. We are still here on Inkblot Clan Blitz, and we're going to fix that because we have a in-game replay code to look at for Magic Mango. Actually, some familiar names in this VOD. Some players that we'll recognize who, for all I know, might even be in chat. And here it is. Oh, the green screen got messed up. We'll fix that real quick. Oh, nice. So you can't pause on this screen. You can only pause later. There, now it's frozen. Okay. Come on. Settings. No, I know there's an in-between here. There was the in-between. Why? Let me have the in-between. Oh my word. There we go. Okay. Whew. All right. Mango, you here? Oh, right. They weren't able to VC. So... yeah, they won't be in the voice chat here, so I won't bother with the projection. Actually, wait, I probably should just for, like, Devi's sake. So we'll put that back up. Okay. We'll scooch this over here. Do this. Okay. And make sure that I am lined up. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it looks like... so there's a question in chat. What is an anchor player? I don't really know much of these terms yet. An anchor is, right, a backline weapon. It's a player that takes safe positions. They make sure that they will always know if they are being rushed down. And they are able to take those positions and still have an impact on the game, specifically because they have such long range. These are players that you're most likely to super jump back into if you get splatted, which is part of the reason they're called the anchor. They kind of keep the team anchored in mid after everything goes awry. So hopefully that answers that. Okay. Scrolling up just a little bit. Okay. Finally got a stream. Welcome. So let's get started here. Couple players on the enemy team to note. Pika992 is a competitive player that I'm aware of, and Cauliflame has actually been in chat a number of times before. They're pretty active in the community, and they are on the Stamper, and Pika992 is on the Machine. That right there is the reason that we record the TV screen instead of using the spectator cam. Whee! Oh, Nintendo. Booyah is mostly useful as a panic just for armor. I strongly disagree with that, actually. Booyah Bomb is a displacement special. Booyah Bomb is something that you use as a set play to force people out of position. So you use it from further back because it gives you so much range. You use it, and then you rush in to take advantage of the enemy team being displaced. It can be used as a panic button if you need it for that, but you get more value out of it if you use it for displacement, and so that's what you should be looking to use it for unless you're immediately threatened, and you're going to lose it anyway before you get a chance to do that. Okay. Dropping on the right here, so it is the direction you usually want to drop, going to the right. Dropping to the left on zones mincemeat in particular puts you in a really awkward spot because you are basically at a dead end. You can't retreat that far. And if something like a charger were to take up residence on the left truck over there, if that doesn't become truck as a call out, I'm gonna say truck anyway, and people are going to deal with it. If an E-leader takes a position on the left truck right there, you're completely locked out of the left-hand side. Fortunately, you know, they don't have that anything with that long of range, but the Rapid Blaster is still going to be a threat if it takes that position. So that's something to think about. Getting on the left-hand side, you have some cover that you can use in a pinch, but you have to, from the right-hand side, go all the way across the zone to get there. This is just a really cramped map to open up on, because normally this space in the middle isn't what matters for the objective, and so you're able to use it a little bit more freely because people aren't as likely to be looking at it. But with zones, everybody is always looking at it, and it's one of the only ways across to the opposing side. The only other way being dropping on the right, which is extremely exposed, especially against any kind of backline weapon, and you need to do very cautiously. So, while, you know, I can say I don't really like you going across the zone over here to the left, I can talk about reasons why I don't like that. I kind of understand why you feel kind of forced to do that, because where else are you supposed to go? Right now, they're actually committing so hard to mid that you might have been able to get around them on the right-hand side and flank, but the problem with going across this open sight line is that they're getting in between you and your team, and there's a lot of yellow ink now getting painted up. You don't have an escape route behind you. You don't have anything painted up in front of you. You should, in theory, just go down immediately right here. They end up trading, but that is because they whiff, like... So let's see, that was 70 plus 35 plus 35. They end up whiffing 140 damage before they hit you with anything. If any of that lands for a splat, now you actually go down here. So the dualies get in and do frontline things and take your teammate out. Right now, you got to recognize that it's just you and your Explo, and you do not want to be doing too much more. I like that you're kind of just stepping back and painting up a little bit. I probably wouldn't want to drop down here if I'm going to keep painting this. You get zoned out really hard as soon as they notice you're there. And you'll also notice that they had Tacticooler there, so they can actually rush you down pretty quickly. And they might actually force you to jump out if they really commit hard to this fight. So what I would have done is stayed up top, painted as much as I could on the left from staying up top, and then rotated to the right. And then by the time I'm on the right, hopefully I've got a crab tank and I can actually force my way in and the rest of my team is respawning. Because right now you're very isolated from the team. You're forced to pop this for survivability. Fortunately, a teammate does come to your rescue and you also have the crab ready to go. That is a really great reaction to use the crab for survivability and to roll the opponent. So you play this well once you're here, but you ended up in a tougher spot than you had to be in. You could have popped that crab more proactively and been able to use its paint to control the zone from here if you had come through on the right-hand side. I think left is, like, really situational. It's something that, like, you do if they're not on the left at all, not expecting it at all, and they should be a lot of the time. It's kind of a dangerous place to be. So, see how we look at this. So we get chased off the zone by the Rapid, and we retreat. Understandable. We've got a player down. Rapid outranges us. We don't win that fight, and we're also marked. So we come back here. Now, remember that you're marked. So if you, like, sit on that wall, you know, they're going to know you're here, more or less. Squid surging here. You get up this wall faster, first of all, by just swimming up it. Squid Surge is relatively slow, probably only fast on, like, really, really high walls. Like, on Flounder Heights, yeah, Squid Surging is actually going to be pretty important tech for climbing up. But most of the time, it's actually just faster to swim and, like, mash the B button. So if you're just trying to get up quickly, go for that. But I totally get if you're, like, still experimenting with it, seeing when it's going to be useful, seeing what you can do with it. I don't think it really gets you any advantages here. It lets you shoot a couple of shots out over the zone. But that's something you could have done if you'd just gotten up there normally. And it also exposes you more. So even though you have the armor, if, let's say there's a splatter shot watching you, which there's not, because there's not one on the inner team, not one on the enemy team. But if there were a splatter shot watching you, they would be able to hit more than one shot to clear. So one shot clears the armor, and they would have been able to hit a second shot by the time you hit the ground. Being up in the air for that long makes you predictable enough that the armor actually isn't worth it if you go that high up, because they will, in theory, you know, if they're watching you, be able to hit you on the way down. So you're up against a Stamper here, and neither of you are really hitting things right now. Back this up one more time. So when do we see them? So we see them here. And the fact that they're glowing clues you in that, oh, they've got Zipcaster. Zipcaster is a very vulnerable special. I really like, actually, as soon as a Zipcaster goes out, targeting the Zipcaster, because I know they're trying to close distance with me. They have this very, very small window of time in which to close distance. So, like, if they're going to try and come at me, I'm just going to pre-fire that, right? I'm just going to, like, keep my aim on them for a while. Now, you're not close enough range here, and it looks like you're not trusting yourself to out DPS them, because they're just firing light attacks. Light attacks do 35. They need to 3-hit with a very, very slow fire rate. If you close distance here, even if they start hitting you, you probably splat them first. And so you could probably just walk a couple steps forward, even though you're outside of cover, and win this fight. Another alternative you have here is to burst bomb them, because that will reach further. It looks like you do try, and it just goes way off target there. So they end up getting away. You spot that there's this player coming up on top of you. You can aim up and probably get those shots. It's probably just as easy to hit for you as it is for them. So that's something to consider going for, but you opt to just use the crowd to stay safe. And now you pop over the top, and you get right on top of this player, take them out, very nice. And you've got zone under control. Now that you've got zone under control, you want to take advantage of the very narrow window that you're going to have to push forward. This map, again, is, like, very, very cramped. And so this is, you've got maybe like a 2 or 3 second window right now to get underneath, you know, into the enemy side, into a place that's difficult to dislodge you from. painting up right now is not your highest priority because those spots behind you are the enemy doesn't have access to them, and also they're not involved in your escape routes. And also, you just used crab. You're not going to have a crab in all likelihood by the time you get to the next engagement. At least not by painting those areas behind you that are already mostly your color. I would be spending the last 3 or 4 seconds that you just spent painting instead immediately running forward and trying to get underneath a wall here so that I can shark someone. This, by the time you get here, the sloshing machine already has an advantage in this fight. Because you didn't get close enough that they can't just back up and kite you. So they should, in theory, win this. They end up having to booyah, which, I mean, good job forcing that. But where you're standing right now, if they throw the booyah on top of you, you're just auto-dead. They end up not doing that, but then you're still not able to... Oh, you actually do trade that back. Okay. The Stamper on your team does come in and distract the sloshing machine, so you end up in a 1v1 against this player, but by the time you have committed to this engagement, so I think it's probably back hereabouts, you get this pick, you get all of this, you got blue all behind you and stuff. By the time you even see that fizzy bomb, I'm thinking, okay, the time to push into this area has already passed. There's already someone looking at this that has a sightline on me that has longer range than me. I can't push into this yet. If you had gotten in here a little bit sooner, then maybe you could have sharked under this wall and, you know, forced them to play this a lot differently. But the fact that, like, you get as close as you do here, that seems more like a lack of awareness on the machine's part to me. Because seeing the paint trail in front of them here, they could have just, like, used their range and slowly painted over that and walked forward only when, you know, you're forced out of range. Because now they're in some trouble. Now they're forced to pop this Booyah Bomb. And again, they throw it on the zone, which is surprising to me. For one thing, Booyah Bomb doesn't paint that well. Like, you'll see, the meter at the top of the screen barely shifts. And they're also in a lot of trouble right now, in that they have a Stamper in front of them and you behind them. I would think that they would want to use this for survivability, and so I'm surprised they don't there. But you end up trading, and then another trade goes down. That should be enough to secure you the zone as long as teammates just keep painting it. They're having some trouble doing that, so you really want to be helping them with that. The reason I'm so focused on the zone right now is that you're extremely close to lead, and that could end up mattering. So you definitely want to be able to get to lead here. I can't really tell what information you're collecting here. So, throw some bombs out there. It looks like maybe you expect there to be an opponent there, when in fact what you were seeing was a Splatana slash. There's nobody out there in front of you, and you're going to get more bang for your buck here in terms of capping the zone if you paint it with your main weapon. So that's what I would be trying to go for right now. Right now you're positioning off the zone, and so they get the cap for free. If you had positioned on the zone, you might have been able to cap it and make it a lot more difficult for them to push onto the zone the way that they then try to. So, like, you're going to cap the zone now. Actually, no, you're not going to. Capping the zone is a much bigger priority than getting rid of this player. You can get rid of this player after their escape route is cut like that, but they still have the zone now, when you could have applied, you know, a penalty, maybe gotten a little bit off your own penalty. That's something that's, especially you as a splash, you're kind of a paint support on this comp. You've got an anchor in your Explo. You've got a couple of weapons that are going to focus on more fights, like especially the Splatter Shot is going to focus on fighting. The Splatana is going to focus more on like zone control. They have some paint, but they don't have the best paint. You and the Explo are the two best painting weapons on the team comp here. And the Explo is very ink hungry, so you're our most reliable source of that, especially with the Crab Tank, because the Crab Tank paints even more than your main weapon does, if you can believe that. So I think it's better right now for you to be focusing more on the objective, more on the zone, than you currently are. And you can switch into frontline mode, because that's something that the Splash has always done and done pretty well. It's just... the first priority is winning the game. The second priority is, you know, getting picks. You get picks in such a way that it helps you win the game, not so that, you know, you're getting picks for their own sake. Okay, so let's talk about this engagement that we dip out of here. So we get control with the crab tank here, and we're able to get that pick. And the teammate, I think, is able to go in and finish that off. Nice. And you get the pick on the rapid, which is awesome. So now, you know that there's someone on the, you know, on the upper right here, and you also know that they do not know your current position because you just came from an angle that it's hard for them to see, and they're not shooting at you. Squid surging here is not going to get you close enough to be in range of them. The best you're going to be able to do is throw 2 burst bombs. But you could throw 2 burst bombs if instead you stayed below and threw them up. You could throw 2 burst bombs if you climbed slowly up the wall and hid behind this little block right here. And if you hide behind this block right here, now you're applying a lot more zoning pressure than just, hi, I'm up in the air and now I've got to run away again because now I've taken damage. And then you're not paying attention to the enemy team after you go up over the top of that. At least as far as we can tell. Maybe your camera is different from what we're seeing here, but it looks to me like you pop up and go, hey, that's a lot of people, I'm just going to run away now. And you run all the way over here. What you want to be doing, because, again, the right-hand side is a relatively weak side for them. They're more likely to want to drop on your left, their right. So you want to be keeping an eye on that and, like, sharking in positions that make that dangerous. You can even do things like use the pillow that's right in front of you right here to prevent someone on your right, their left, from flanking you because they are shooting the pillow instead of shooting you. Painting this stuff behind you right here, this is both turning your back to the enemy team and taking your attention away from what they might be trying to do. So not only are you making yourself vulnerable to them, you're also preventing yourself from knowing when they're starting to push in, when you might have an opportunity. You're not very close to crab tank at all from here. This is not a priority for you to be painting. And because you don't see what's developing in front of you, because you don't see them, they just run at you and pick you off while you're shooting up and behind you. Ooh, this is a dangerous jump, and I was thinking, like, ooh, wait, this looks a little scary. So here's what I'm looking at when I look for this jump. So you go down, and then having seen an opposing player go down right in front of my teammates, 2, having seen my teammates back up from there, I deduce that there is still something there that they are fighting, that someone is trying to trade them back, and that this is not a safe jump point. So I'm saying that from, like, looking from spawn and seeing that out there. You can probably get more of a sense that that is happening from looking at the map, but I already kind of have that information just from watching the spectator view. Those 2 burst bombs are launched in exactly the same spot. So unless you're planning on, unless you like think that the first one is going to hit someone, I would save the ink. You're not gonna like paint anything extra. If you're gonna throw them in 2 different locations, probably, you know, again, unless you know that the first one is going to direct someone, I would say throw the second one someplace else so it at least paints more and covers more ground for them to move through. But team gets some good trades, and you end up getting zone back. You are marked, so remember that you're marked and that as you climb this wall, they know you're here. I probably wouldn't want to climb this wall unless I knew I had stealth, unless I knew they didn't have information about my position. Because now there's not as much I'm going to be able to do here. You pop crab tank just to stay alive. I don't think you're going to be able to shred that in time. And meantime, let's back this up just a little bit. So you pop this here. Okay, so you do at this point, all right. Based on the camera angle that we have here, I think that was probably about the right focus for you to have. Focus the zone, then see if maybe you can potentially shred the Booyah, and then focus on this fight on the left as soon as that starts developing. It might be that you could have gotten the information that that Dapple player was there sooner, depending on your camera control and your map checking, and I can't really say. But that seems like something where you might have been able to know that the Dapples were there earlier than you seemed to respond to them. And that might have saved some grief. So you are down a player now. You probably don't want to be pushing in. Yeah, so like, when that fight goes down, even without like looking up at the top of my screen, you know that a teammate just went down. And then another teammate goes in and trades. So that automatically tells you, okay, what just happened, you know, took down more of my teammates than it took down opponents. And now they've got the Splatana Stamper spawning in. So if you do get it in any kind of protracted engagement, you are going to be at a disadvantage. Also, the only player who can support you here is the X-Blow, and so you know they're going to be behind you. You know they're not going to be pushing up with this. As soon as you run into both of those opposing players, you're probably alone. And you're also pushing against the Sloshing Machine. Sloshing Machine is, you know, even in Splatoon 2, back when it had Splashdown and not an actual special, Sloshing Machine was one of those weapons that as a frontliner, you just kind of had to respect its range. You could not really safely push this thing. It can kite you back pretty much indefinitely until it runs out of ink. And even then, it might be able to save up enough that it can save itself in that fight. And if it doesn't, then maybe it can Booyah Bomb or something like that. Pushing across open turf against this thing is just a losing fight unless you, like, double direct it with burst bombs or something. And the fact that it had a rapid blaster ready to help it is icing on the cake. Okay, so you have a teammate that's gone down. Another teammate has gone down. What I would be doing here is not dropping left, but looking left, because I know that my last teammate is over there. And so if the opposing team is focused on anyone, they're probably focused on that player, and I might be able to pick them off for going after them too far. But it's looking like they aren't doing that, and you did see someone get up on the top right out of the corner of your eye. Oh, there they actually do go down. So for all we know, you might actually have been able to go over there and help with that fight if you had been dropped down and like looking in that direction. But now, so I think this is kind of a similar thing to what I was talking about with Eon with giving away information. But let's go and confirm that that's what I'm thinking here. So yeah, like right here. Oh yeah, there was actually a little yellow flash, I think, on the left-hand side. So they are aggressing your teammate here. And I would probably be looking over there to see if I can help out with that fight. Because whatever got your teammate, you probably could have traded back. Okay. But right here, these shots that you're firing, those are giving the opponent information about your position. The opponent on the left knew, and they end up splatting you. But the opponent on the right also gets that information, and you didn't even know they were that close by at the time. So, unfortunately, we do stagger there. You could have helped your teammate. You also could have tried to keep yourself alive, but because we kind of did an awkward mix of both, we ended up alone and too far forward, and we ended up going down. Team staggers. We've lost another member. We lose lead here. This is a really good pick on the machine. They can't very easily hit you, especially with Splat Chat on the Splatana over here taking them out. So, good team play there and good use of your positional advantage. You see that there's a Tacticooler over there. I see no reason that you have to strafe back this dramatically right now. Yeah, because focusing behind you right there makes you look away from the fight that's happening in front of you. and your teammate goes down in the middle of that. Look at this again. So you get that player. Also, there's not that much for you to paint behind you. If you paint further ahead, you get a crab tank pretty quickly here. Okay, I guess you were probably trying to farm the tri-strike for the crab tank, but again, it takes your focus away from what's in front of you, and if you had seen what was in front of you, you might have been able to help your teammate win this fight cleanly instead of going down for free. And now you're kind of stuck here. You fired so many shots that this opponent is going to get away, and also their teammates could potentially have followed up there. You probably don't want to spend that long standing still shooting at someone, even if you think you're in a safe position. And something else that's happening right now, because we're not really focusing on what's going on in the game state, we're just kind of like painting stuff, is we're losing points on zone. Like this whole time, like we just turned around and painted the tri-strike, 5 more ticks go down. This whole time that we're standing up here and shooting at this player, 10 more ticks go down on the zone. The whole time that we're using the crab tank to focus on this player who's not trying to return fire instead of the zone, points are ticking down. So we're losing control of the objective to tunnel on like this one fight that we could have seen coming earlier and potentially could have taken earlier and won. But our team comes through with some picks. We get good paint on the zone. You damage that player enough that your teammate should be able to get rid of them. Probably could have taken that a little bit cleaner. Let me take a look again. So if you're the first one forward painting an enemy ink, you know that there's another player out there. It might be a smarter plan, because what a lot of players will do in this position as like the machine is they will recognize that they're the last player down, but also recognize that if the opponent rushes too quickly to get to them, they're overextending and they might be able to trade one back and get away before their teammates can do anything about it. Blasters, rollers, especially brushes, they love to make plays like that. So if I'm the first one forward, if I'm the frontliner who's starting to paint into this orange ink, I'm very concerned that I am overextending by just like standing up here out in the open, no cover, no escape route, and painting into enemy ink. You clearly don't know that the player is there until just now when you start aiming them and then drop forward. And so you end up firing warning shots. They end up figuring out where you are before you figure out where they are. And that's what enables them to win this fight. They just kite around cover. The teammate follows up well, but like you probably didn't have to go down. You probably could have played that a little bit safer and, you know, forced them back, taken the map more methodically. Okay. So they get the jump on you there. Let's take a look back for a second. So there's the trade back. It is 3v3 on the map. So you could start seeing the map get contested here. That's something that I expect generally to see as soon as it goes even. Opposing team might think like, okay, we've got some numbers now. And that can give you a sense of like where you think the opponents might be. If paint has just gone down recently on the zone, you can expect that there's probably someone in a position where they can watch the zone. Throwing the burst bomb to paint doesn't get you an awful lot there, and I would caution you against doing that too much just because of ink tank reasons. You like to go up to the front of truck here and fire out like this. Granted, there isn't an E-leader in the game, but anytime that there is any kind of backline weapon or anything with range, that is not a good idea. You are probably going to get splatted. If you're going to be that far forward, you need to either know that everyone in front of you has been cleared out, or you want to be dropping over to the right, like, and that's your whole plan for being here. Otherwise, maybe just like sit back a little further, poke with burst bombs, because you're not going to get a lot out of just standing, again, out in the open, shooting pretty aimlessly. Like, you're not aiming specifically at any individual person with all of those shots. You're just kind of like, I'm going to paint here. You're making yourself a target, and so I'm not surprised that the Splatana Stamper goes after you. Them getting you, I mean, you probably could have lasered that on its way forward. But that was about the opportunity that you had. They did cross you up well, and they followed up as soon as they crossed you up. They only get a 1-for-1 trade for that, so I don't think it was super worth it for them, but that's still something where, with safer positioning, you can probably survive that and get a fight win out of it. So teammates take one down, but go down themselves. You realize that there is a player behind you. Could you have known that that was there earlier? I wasn't paying a ton of attention because I was still talking. Yeah, we actually do see that player on zone as we're jumping over here. So, depending on what you're looking at right now, you might actually be able to know that there is still a Dapples. Oh, and you had a teammate that just went down over there. That teammate went down well after the opponent in front of them, so that was definitely not a trade. So you can know that this player is here before they get your back. Splat Chat. Oh no, Splat Chat also goes down. That's game over. Nobody has access to the zone at all. Poor Explo. They were probably just up there on the top left, like, I'm painting the zone, guys. I'm painting the zone, guys. What's going on? What's going on? Because the Dapples were able to sneak in there and get, I think, 3. They all have, like, the same outfit, except for the Dapples. And let's take a quick look at the numbers at the end. All right. So, KA fairly strong. Not quite as many crab tanks as you probably could have farmed, given how long you had and how much painting there was to do, but pretty solid paint output overall. Yeah, Zach with... That is a lot painted that Zach did there. Zach was just on the zone the entire game, throwing rain, throwing Explo shots. But they were focusing the zone more than anybody else was on the team. And there were a couple of places, I think, where, like I said, focusing the zone would have allowed you to keep it and score more and be more competitive in the objective. All right. So that will do it for that VOD review. Magic Mango, I know you were in the chat earlier. I haven't been seeing any questions from you in chat, but always feel free to either ask them there or to DM me in Discord. Who are you? I am from ancient Greece. Welcome. For those of you who would like a VOD review like this one on this stream, go to the Discord server that you'll find in the link that I just found there. And from there, you will be able to DM me, and we'll work everything out from there. We are a little bit backed up right now. We're probably out into, like, a month out. If you want a VOD review sooner or on a day that's not Tuesday or, you know, whatever other consideration, typically that does cut into my video editing time, so I do charge for that, but I have a Medify page, so... If that is still something you're interested, or if you're just looking to support the channel and get something back out of it, there is the Medify there, and you can arrange something with me that way. I do also have a Patreon account if you're looking to support this. I am trying to do this full time, doing YouTube and TikTok and Twitch content. So if that is, again, something that you're looking to do to support me, would really appreciate that, and that's available there. You can also find all my other socials. You can find my Twitter there, my TikTok. Don't have an Insta because I'm a boomer and don't know what Insta is. And all of the other channels and everything that I've probably forgotten one of. I always forget exactly one of them, and it's never the same one each time, but they're all there. And then Falco raids me, so of course I have to keep streaming. Oh, goodness. Prepare your R-Wings. Yes, there is a Medify now. I did get accepted for that, which is beautiful if you remember what my... well, I can't show my splash tag now because it did that to me. But if you wait just a second... There we go. So look at what splash tag I got the day I got accepted at Medify. Is that not the most beautiful thing?
That is the best tag you could have ever gotten.
Right? I love that.
I like how on my first day it gave me snowy, and I'm like, okay, it just knows I'm from Canada.
Have you gotten a Hydra player yet? Or Hydra...
No! I'm waiting for it.
It's got to happen.
I'm a snowy bear right now.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's very Canadian.
I'm if possible, I'm waiting to find what is it? Because I know there should be a Monarch tag, so I'm hoping to either make it Hydra Monarch or I can make it Snowy Monarch, and it'll be like, okay, let's go.
There you go.
I got Underground Drummer, which felt very fitting as I am a drummer. It's like, oh, how'd they know?
That's awesome. Holy Mom, maybe? Holy Hydra Mom? I don't think you can fit Holy Hydra Mom in.
Yeah, I
but
don't
you can
think
probably
it's gonna fit. But
maybe there's two of the three. I don't know.
I have a lot of brother and sister and bro and sis tags right now, so.
Okay. You're getting close. You're getting close. Well, I mean, since we brought the raid over, normally the stream ends right here, but I do happen to have some content for you guys. Some content. See, if you look here, this is my rank up battle into S+. Undertow and Inkblot Tower, that is Screaming Blaster at me. Let's play some Blaster and see if we can't get that ranked up. So I'm gonna need a bunch of Intensify Action. I think I have a shoe now that has... No, do I not? Ooh, okay. So I probably want Swim Speed on the shoe, Intensify Action on the hat.
Do you need an Intensify Action shoe? I have one with 3 slots.
I do really want such a thing. That would be quite nice. Because the only one that I have is the Dad Foot Slippers, which I hate, and also only have 1 slot. So
I have the, what is it, the Wasabi Tabby or whatever it's called?
Gotcha. I need to go and find you, I guess, because
I was not wearing them during the time.
Oh,
so
okay. So we'd have to hop in. Okay, we'll pass up on that for now and just get going with it. But
I will say, if the last... I don't know why I played the last game, but if I did play Blaster, then I was wearing Intensify Action shoes that have 3 slots.
Ooh, okay. I don't remember if that was what you were playing.
Like, I know I played it, but I don't remember if it was the last thing I played. I think it's just the last one it looks at.
Oh, store just reset. That's true. Just like 15 minutes ago. I need to go and double check that in between games. Thank you for that reminder. That's big. I probably want more IA than I have, to be honest. So I should probably drop out of this afterwards anyway. I need to rework the gear here, because I haven't previously been working Ninja Squid into the builds. I should also, as soon as I get splatted, turn the volume up. Okay, did nobody see that? I was hoping someone would see that and be able to follow up with me. Oh my god. That took entirely too long to get the... That should have been an easy pick on the bucket there. And it took me too long to get, so their teammate was able to come and help out. Not a great start. So there's someone over there. Oh, and they're crab tanking. I can't even get out of here. Oh my god. Well, we got the inkjet out of the way anyway. Okay, they moved them out of the place where I could see them, but... Alright. So as long as we are able to stay alive as we move forward here, I'm going to be able to put a big bubbler on tower. And that should get us through first check at the very least. So I'm not going too aggressive here, because I want to pop this here. I didn't want that because I wanted to be able to maintain stealth. a little bit tricky, but we got through check. That's some progress, but... Oh, we got a wipeout. That's more progress. Oh, boy. The Toxic Mist really messed me up there. And we're not focusing the left-hand side. That's annoying there. We had, I think, 3 players looking right, and only 1 player looking left at the tower path. Like, that's not where the game is. It's not where we have to play. Okay, we're just going to back off from that. Let them waste their inkjet. Got in over here. I just tagged him. Hopefully teammate can get the rest. Nice. Didn't quite get him. I think I hesitated between focusing 2 different targets there and shot them, like, right in the middle without hitting either. Almost got away with that. I also thought I had more teammates nearby. That's on me for not checking map or anything. So I have 1 player with me here, and then the other 2 are fighting on the left. Looks like they're gonna get focused on left. That's 1 down. It's 2, and we get this. Ah. Alright, well, we got a triple there. That should help us out at least a little bit. Hopefully we can chase this player down before their teammates get back up. Perfect. Only 1 player in the way. Should not cause too much of a problem. Oh. And we got flanked.
Apparently got the lifestyle tag, so now I have Snowy Lifestyle. Even more fitting, right?
There you go. Perfect. I did not mean to squid roll there. That actually messed the bomb up by a lot. Okay, so I'm thinking we need to rotate further right, especially since they've got a crab tank right here. Hopefully they don't see me. Yeah, that was not great. I got myself locked in there with the crab tank. A little bit over-aggressive of me to try and push into mid in that position. There's another one here, isn't there? Yep. Fortunately, they didn't see me, so I at least got them. And that'll be a wipe. So we need to paint forward. Oh. Well. It's easy to isolate yourself from your teammates on this map. We need to be on tower in 9 seconds. I don't think my teammate is going to go for it. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. Alright, well. We can take 2 losses and still make it. Yeah, I would love a be careful on the D-pad. That would be a perfect communication option. There's just no way to tell someone we need to retreat. There's no way to tell someone, like, we're 3 down, get out of there. That one was a little tough. I'm definitely not going with the same team. Not because, like, they didn't do well or anything, but because we have no long-range weapons. We don't have an awful lot of paint at all because there are only 2 blasters. And double tactical is not protecting the tower or forcing them out of position or anything. So definitely want to grab a different team comp for this. Hmm. Really dig your YouTube content? Thank you. Holy crap, you're cute. Thank you.
This is.
I have simps. Neat.
This is where your personal Twitch channel emote would come into play, right?
Oh goodness. Gemcoon. Alright, Stamper down. Just a Hydra in front, and they cannot just stand there and stop this. Nice. Okay, so they want... Oh, shoot. Did we get off the tower? What happened there? Why did we... We could be pushing the tower right now. We could still be scoring. Well... We probably could have already been through this checkpoint, unfortunately, and now I'm going to have to pop the big bubbler to get us that far. It's a big error in coordination on our part. Yeah. Because I think we get further than that. If that happens. Whew. It's a little bit spooky. Where's the Hydra? Hydra's up there, so they can't shoot me yet. We still get some more points. Oh, they can't shoot me at all. Let's go, teammates. All right, we didn't stop the top left. I guess it's more my responsibility to pay attention to that, because I don't know what my teammates do to pay attention to that, other than, like, having someone hang back. Stamper has been positioning really aggressively, and I've been punishing them for it a lot. Nice, okay. This is more where I want to be on pushes. Oh, no. Putting the big bubbler on tower is good, but if you're able to use it to keep the opponents back, it's fine to put it elsewhere. You can definitely just go and, like, use it to keep yourself in that aggressive position, because that aggressive position is still denying the enemy team access. We can't just keep going on this. We need some forward pressure first. That Sultana going down is a great way to get it. Nice. Got another one. We do still have to worry about the Hydra, unfortunately, and nobody's taking the tower. We could definitely be back on the tower now. Yeah, this is not where I want this to be. And we also... Again, I think if we're focusing on that, I can probably get my feet painted, and the Splattershot Pro can probably get out, but they probably had other things they were looking at, too. So that's probably more of a coordination thing. Probably more of a thing that you do if you can talk to your teammate. Alright, well, we take those. Hi. Well, this is awkward. Blaster fight at short range. It's won by the blaster players' teammates, not by the blasters themselves. Bad jump. Also just kind of bad positioning. But, because, like, we're out in range of a Hydra. Like, of course that's going to happen.
Hydra power! I know they're on the other team, but...
Yeah, I know. You're biased. It's fine. How am I alive? I am not. It's like, okay, I get it if you're an E-leader and you're standing up there on snipe. It doesn't make sense to me to be like a mid-ranged weapon and to be on snipe. Because the tower has to go right. Here is where we need to be defending right now. Okay, well that didn't stop me from shooting here. That will. That was kind of a one-man show there. I mean, the blaster was doing good work from the front, but like the rest of us were not paying attention to the side where the fight was happening. Oop. I was trying to get off the side there, but ended up getting my feet painted. It's okay. Teammate was able to pick up the tower, and we had possession of it at the end, so that is a W. So we're 1 for 1.
I was just in a lobby with three stringers. One was the Reflux, and 2 of them were on my team. So I had a slasher, 2 stringers, and a Hydra versus a Charger, a Reflux, and an actual comp. We won though.
And an actual comp. I like that part.
Yes, and an actual comp. I can't remember what the other 2 were, but they were. One was a shooter.
Okay.
Yeah,
We do not stick because we have gotcha.
You gotta get the goods.
Oh yeah, by the way, you can get in the store right now the Intensify Action.
Yeah, there's
Nice.
quite a few intensify action stuff.
Oops. So let's go and itemize. There's a bunch of stuff to check out. $50 points away from S. At least that means you only need to win a few games to get there. Ooh, I can bump up the swim goggles. That's important.
Yes, you gotta keep your classic goggles. I can't wait till they bring my hat back, if they bring my hat back.
I can get this to 3-star, but I don't think I want to spend that much money on it yet.
Have you seen your red headphones in the shop yet, Jem? There's basically red headphones, almost like yours, that were in the shop yesterday. That made me laugh. I'm like, oh hey, it's Jem's headphones.
The shop is clearly randomized because I don't see anything with
Yeah.
Intensify Action.
Well, you just got unlucky then.
Well, also, I think on the last match I did play with Intensify Action shoes if I'm still in the plaza.
Probably not,
Okay.
since Jem's done 2 games already, so it's gonna be those people instead.
I got Cheerful. That's awesome. Splatana Stamper user? I don't
What?
play the Splatana Stamper. I also got
That's
Gloogadoolies user at
random.
some point. It's
Alright, come on,
Incorrect.
Splatoon 3 Fate Gods. I need the Hydra Splatling user, please.
Burst Bomb only gives you 1 special square.
That's
That
actually not bad.
it's not terrible, but it's also
If
like
that's-
you can get way more than just 1 square for a card.
But here's the thing, that's an end game card. Like, it's 100% an end game card. So it's always good to have like saved in your hand towards the end of the game, because then when people are passing, if they have nothing else to put, you have this one card that can still put a point.
I'd still rather have a line of 3. You're gonna have access to a line of 3.
If you can, you never know.
You can. There's space.
I think it's also there's places where like there's specific cards that like leave like 1 spots in them. So it's like, oh,
Yeah,
this
that's
matches
true.
well with this card.
Okay. So, gear. Oh, right. We're looking for Eon. It would be in the square, right? Because these are all people trying to
Yeah.
make matches.
It
Okay.
would be just outside the door. The people that you just play for are right outside the door.
See if they're still here. Would it be just the people you just played with, or would there be more?
You might be able to find a friend, but usually just right in front of the people that you just played with.
Okay. Oh, hey, it's a squidman. That is a beautiful image. Although, Grub is wrong.
If it helps, I'm wearing circle glasses.
I don't think you're there, because I played 2 matches in between. So, that's probably too many. We'll get it eventually. It'll just take some time.
Oh, I think freshness also might change the gear you get in the shop. I think I'm level 30 now, and they were like saying stuff to me.
Yeah, as you level up, that will the star level of the gear that you get will increase. And that was a mechanic in Splatoon 2 as well. Yeah, like, the single square does help you make plays. The thing is, I think it's outclassed by things that give you slightly more squares to work with and still help you make plays. Because, like, you can usually find a play to make with, like, a line of 3 or a little corner of 3. It doesn't need to be just one to plug a hole. And in fact, usually it's better for getting multiple special squares lit up. All right. 1 and 1. They have an E-leader. Where's the E-leader? Probably left. Yeah, they're definitely left. Okay, a little bit close there, but we got there. Is the leader watching? No, they're not. Oh boy. I was not watching behind me, though. We probably still get checked.
The flank caught the flank.
There's still someone else. There's 2 others over there. Oh, that's a thing you can do. Today I learned. Oh, I thought they fell off.
This is the thing you can do.
Dropping off from the rail to land in tree.
Oh.
It's Trey Guy. They've been a viewer
Yeah.
for some time. I might get sniped. Okay. I missed. And we are off the tower currently. Let's fix that. Ah, that was unlucky. Slasher just happens to be there.
What is up with people naming their, like, Hydra players are naming things after something like I have a thing for, but no, like, if you run into me in S3, I actually have my tag as GR Devi, but the fact that you ran into someone named Hydra Mama, that is funny, because Jem ran into someone named Hugo the other day, and I'm like, I need to find these people. Where are these people? Like...
Someone was actually named Hydra Mama?
That's what Nadu is telling me.
Wild. You have to have fans, right? This can't be a coincidence.
Oh, I mean, I did put, like 2 or 3 tweets out that we did, like, a whole, we did, like, a Splatling quad yesterday. Like, it was me, iMad, Samino, and, Leaf. Like, Leaf from Blue Moon. So we had fellow competitive Splatling players. We all quadded yesterday, so... Maybe they changed their name on purpose just for me to see it and tried to snipe, but I have no idea. I need those people to
Oh my
form the
goodness.
Ultimate Hydra team. What do you mean? I already have the Ultimate Hydra army.
I'm not a fan of the fact that we are not painting in front of Plat before we go in on flanks and stuff. Like, I'm trying to poke around right stacks and stuff, but in the meantime, I'm hoping that we're getting control of the area in front of wall. At least. Okay. We're gonna back out. Hello. Well, we hit the direct this time. We're still not getting anywhere, but at least we have a lead for the time being. I believe in this jump because 2 players just went down. The chances that someone's actually sharking it are pretty low. And now I think I'm definitely here before the slosher. They have gone this way every time. Why did that take so long? Let's get this on tower before it goes into any place dangerous. I put the big bubbler on. That was when we stay on. And get picks. Like that. Nobody's on it right now, is there? They had an ink vac too. We could have been on the tower that entire time. We had 2 specials ready to go that would have kept it alive throughout that entire fight. They weren't even necessarily shooting at the tower that much. It's like, yeah, we got a little bit more of a lead. Oh, please do not go too far in. I think part of the problem is that we have 2 ink vacs. Problem with ink vac is that it doesn't actually displace anybody. It just makes it safe for other people to go in. All right, well, that's a game win, I guess. We definitely did not get very far on offense, but we were able to hold on just well enough on defense that did not end up mattering. How much IA is good to run on a blaster? I would say definitely more than 1 main. I don't know. 2 mains is definitely enough. I wouldn't go higher than that. I don't know what the middle ground is that I want yet. I haven't had a chance because I haven't been able to experiment with, like, different numbers of chunks and stuff and see how I feel on each one. We're going to stick with that team primarily because they have an experience boosting ticket and our comp doesn't suck. Okay, never mind. They are not sticking with it.
Rip gem.
I mean, they're lost. I top frag.
Oh.
Do tickets stack? Yes, is what I have heard.
That's what I've been saying too. I asked that question last night and everyone told me yes, so.
Here's something to practice. It's a way to get your... If someone's pushing into your bubble, it's a way to... You duck behind the generator to take cover for the second that you need to super jump. You go up into the air, make them think you've jumped out, and then land and direct them. I haven't been able to pull it off yet, but it is a thing.
Oh, you found Jolly Bird gem.
Hi, Jolly Bird. Someone coming out on right. I don't want him to be able to get a flank angle here, so we're just going to poke this out really safely. Stringer's watching, and they've got height over us, so I'm going to back up. Ooh, String Guy is going in. I don't feel safe about that, yeah. Back up. Oh, they are already up here. Oh. No, that was a splatter shot. They were just already up there. I was expecting I had more time than I had. Alright, we've got to not stagger here. We want to just drop auto bombs.
Oh no.
What's oh no, Debbie?
Well, I'm in a game with 2 comp players that we know. One of them is a pretty good E-leader player from Makashera. The other one I can't remember what team they're on, but they're both on the same team, and I'm having a time.
Gotcha. I thought you were talking about something on screen or something. I was like,
no,
huh?
and I meant to mute my mic, so whoops.
Gotcha. Saw your video last night about motion control. Well, welcome to the stream. All right, well, comes down to the game 5, huh? That's the way it's gonna be.
Ask another more random question.
All right.
So, what would you think is the best way to go about learning like a new weapon?
Wow, 0 KA on our entire team. That's rough. Best way to go about learning a new weapon. So definitely learn how that weapon aims. Spend a lot of time with that weapon in the practice room. That's what I've been doing a lot with Blaster. Because I played Blaster years ago, probably 2019 era. But they very quickly went out of the meta as Ink Armor became more and more important. I'm not liking having only one main of IA. I should find a way to get more of it into the gear.
I guess a part.
But yeah, to continue answering the question, sorry.
Yeah.
The important thing is to have it down mechanically, so that when you're going into a match, you're not having to learn it both mechanically and in terms of strategy as well at the same time. You want to kind of isolate those things a little bit. But also watch people who play that weapon, people who are more experienced, and see how they move, what kind of tricks they use with it. Just kind of be in the know.
Okay. I guess I was thinking more in terms of would it make sense to just jump into ranked games without caring as much about your rank, just to force yourself to learn a weapon, or
Anarchy Open for sure, 100%.
probably not series.
Yeah, probably not series. There's just a lot at risk there, and if you're new to the weapon, then you will probably be put in a lobby that you are not ready for yet.
Okay.
So I am now wearing the most ridiculous outfit I can think to wear. It is a hot pink hockey helmet, a lighter pink pair of sandals that are made of foam with socks, some actually decent pants, and then this off yellow-green parka. It is truly the essence of drip. Who am I in call with? I've got Devi in the call here, and I've also got Eon, who we VOD reviewed for earlier.
Hello.
Devi was a longtime competitive teammate. She captains the Grillers, which are a Div 3 Splatoon team. And I played for the Grillers for 3 years.
Well, that explains why you guys felt so good.
Yeah, we have a good old 3.5 year synergy behind us, so.
Yeah, I was wondering where they were, but teammates traded back well, so we get the checkpoint for free.
I may have just gotten a quad in overtime and tower control. Okay.
We need to focus the left. Why are we all going right? No. This is something that I really don't understand about this map that I'm seeing at a lot of different levels. When people get through first checkpoint and they're on to second, they always push right. I don't get it. That's not where the opponents have to defend from. It's such a weird thing that's just unique to this particular map that people don't know where it's important to go. It's yeah, having maybe a player go that way to flank is nice, because then you can get people from a side that they're not looking at. But they can spawn easily onto the left side. I think I damaged that one. Nice! Good stuff, guys. I'm not top fragging or anything here, but I am putting people into fights that they can win afterwards. They can trade back for me. And they're doing a good enough job of that we are winning a lot. Woo, okay. Okay, this is good. FLC says that the best sign of a good Slayer is not how many picks they get, but how many deaths their teammates have. Because the idea of a Slayer is that you should be getting in and following up on fights that your teammates start. We went 2 down to the same thing. I was hoping my teammate was going to back up and keep himself safe. I wasn't in a position to take that fight well. This way is where we protect the tower. This is where the tower is, guys. Why did we all go down over here? This area is literally irrelevant. In this mode, you do not need to control this, unless you have like an E-leader that needs to stand in that position. We did manage to trade back and get it, so we're good.
I got 2 more titles from my catalog, and it's calling me mostly a comrade.
There you go. Communist Devi. The world needed this. Okay, Luma's making a brave play here. Okay, that's not bad. Nice job. I'm gonna try and get on here. I need to be safe about it, but I think we can force our way up. Oh god! There was a bomb. I'm not jumping in. Okay, now I'm jumping into that. No, what happened there? Oh, we went off to the left. Again, we could be focusing on what's going on over here. And we did a good job trading back, but I don't think the right side matters as much as we are prioritizing it. So now we want a little bit of control over the right-hand side. A little bit. Oh, man. That's unfortunate. But we got a big bubbler up on tower and we made it. Okay. So for all of the complaining, we did eventually get through all the checkpoints, and I am now S+. Yeah, you know, the new weapons, it's very cool how much they have differentiated them from other weapons. How many new mechanics they've added, how many different kind of ways you can play them. There it is. And we got a level up to boot.
Even better.
All right. So I think now is going to be a good time to call it for the stream. Usually I stop after the VOD reviews are done, but I had to give the people something because, you know, oops, where did I go? We got a big raid from Falco, and I didn't want to leave him hanging there. So appreciate Falco for the raid. Thank you so much for bringing everybody over. And I am going to go and find another Splatoon streamer to send you guys off to. We are going to go and raid Milana. If you don't know Milana, Milana is a phenomenal streamer and ambassador for the community. She is a competitive member of Element R, longtime competitive player, very solid at the game. Definitely a bunch that you can learn from her. And she's also a teacher. So, let's say hi, everybody!